starting to sweat.
Welcome back, everybody, to
my.
Tabletop Notch.
Wow.
Thank you once again for continuing to stick with us through our bumps and delays, but we continue to look forward to bringing you action and adventure every week. We'll be coming back with chapter 69. Nice.
It's been what me.
So we will be picking back up where we left off, which is right after or during a long rest, after a sort of tentative plan to push through the night and day to reach Navikapur in a timely manner rather than sort of chop up the day a few times. But before we do that, thoughts, things to say?
Yes, Scala Grimer just subbed at tier 1, so thank you so much, Scala. Welcome back. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome back.
It was also Leanne Zoe's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Heaviest of birthdays.
All those March birthdays.
We don't have a lot of
Oh my gosh, endless March birthdays. Endless.
The March of birthdays, is it?
Oh, smart.
I thought you were about to give him a kill cam.
Get out. I think that's all from me.
All right, guys.
Turn 'em on over.
I thought you had it memorized.
I did, but then I switched them up because I said it would be appreciated here. I will pick some good ones. It is Children's Picture Book Day, which is very nice.
That's nice.
Wholesome. We're going to go from wholesome to not in the order.
Time to read the Silly Basilisk.
Yes, exactly. National Black Forest Cake Day. That's some
that
chocolate
cherry one?
goodness.
Yes, it is. It's
With some
chocolate and
cherry,
chocolate.
yeah. Eat an Eskimo Pie Day. Gotta love that. And Weed Appreciation Day, which
Appreciate some
will
weed.
probably lead you to eat all those goodies.
How's that not April 20th?
Yeah, what?
It really should be.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's Smoke the Weed Day. This is appreciate.
Oh yeah.
So,
You appreciate
know,
for 40 days and 40 nights and then smoke it again.
it's also National Something on a Stick Day. Just want to add that one in. Okay, it's a weird one.
Something on a stick?
Yeah, I mean, an ice
Corn
cream
dogs,
pop,
fried thing.
I
Weed
was
on a stick.
meat on a stick, a kebab,
I said weed on a stick,
Oh.
but
No.
also meat on a stick, sure. Yeah.
tofu on a
Because
stick.
I don't know what you do with it. Appreciate it.
We
But
skipped,
what about,
we skipped the real ones.
what about, like, Safira?
Palm Sunday,
'Cause-
Passover.
Oh, happy Passover!
Passover.
I forgot.
Happy
It's the
Palm
same
Sunday.
as stick on
Yeah.
stick things.
Yeah, Passover. I'm already feeling the burn.
And on that note, we're going to throw it to the intro, pick it up on the other side with chapter 69. We'll see you on the other side.
Yeah.
Brother.
Goodness.
Oh man.
In chapter 68, stripped down and out, we crept to the edge of the strip mine south of Leopold's Garrison with a plan to ambush the pawn chaser Darman Thori. An initial scouting made us aware of two dangerous-looking bolt throwers that were stationed on opposite ends of the pit, and we identified those as our first hurdle in taking control of the fight. With a quiet approach and a flurry of attacks, we immediately disabled one of the operators and set our sights on the other, but he resisted the effects of Safira's drow poison-tipped arrows for long enough to signal to his allies. The crew here was prepped for a different kind of fight, but they still had a number of tools at their disposal, including potions of growth that allowed them to cover a great distance and scale the walls of the mine with relative ease. Before succumbing to his wounds, the remaining Scorpion operator was able to loose a bolt that destroyed the device that Erland was stationed at, so we braced for a skirmish the old-fashioned way. Looking to draw the attention of some of the augmented soldiers, Beezaura and Graven leapt to the ground below, where they did an admirable job absorbing the many oversized blows. But Darman and a pair of others were clever enough to flank our back line, peppering Safira and Orba with black powder explosions. At the same time, Erland was racing around the perimeter to get his hands on the remaining bolt thrower, but the weapon's accuracy left something to be desired, and what could have been a few devastating blows turned to harmless indentations in the walls.
The aimer was off.
Without the usual buffer of bodies, Orba and Safira found themselves in great peril as the thugs closed in. Darman himself was felled, but his associates didn't back down, dropping the wizard to unconsciousness before Beezaura's rallying cry gave Safira just enough strength to attempt a heroic feat. She dragged Orba to the edge of the mine and tossed her down to Graven's waiting arms, meaning that her own jump would be uncushioned and she would take the full brunt of the fall. What resulted could only be described as a true clusterfuck. Darman's assistant making a seemingly impenetrable last stand, while the rest of us struggled to keep each other in the fight. After some stabilizations and a liberal use of healing potions that we were thankful to have saved, Erland abandoned his post up above to provide some much-needed backup, ending a pair of lives and swinging the momentum back in our favor. The last of Darman's bandits opted to flee, and as Erland chased after, we let the dust settle, and hoped it was all worth it. A brush with death is hard to evaluate, but it was difficult to downplay the instant gratification of finding 3 light whistle chess pieces in Darman's pockets, one of the largest acquisitions for Beezaura since her search began. Feeling better about the outcome, we moved to meet up with Erland, who had incapacitated his target. We wouldn't get any information from the man, but it was another loose end tied off, meaning one less thing to worry about in Navikapur. Our adrenaline had carried us through the battle, but the level of exhaustion we were feeling was overwhelming. So we decided to make camp with plans to travel through the night and use this time to catch up on recent revelations. Safira's victory, Fouraj's appearance, Leto's husband, and the stray mutant. It was a lot to absorb, but there were promising leads up north, and as we allowed ourselves to finally relax, we asked ourselves, what were the issues to address first when we finally made it to Navikapur? Given the looming threats, would we split up or move in teams to keep an eye on each other? And does anyone know how to spell Pibra Fladsrud Vodzathengi so we could send him a thank you note for the heads up about the Pawn Chaser? We find out now.
I'm sorry.
On chapter 69
Probably not.
of A Peek Beneath the Veil.
I have +1 intelligence.
Huh?
What?
It's an unfamiliar feeling to wake in the evening of your own accord. As rarely does a nighttime disturbance mean anything but bad news, whether it's vegapygmies, vampires, or very devoted pilgrims paying respects to the meddling gods. It's cool, and it's quiet, and you're experiencing that in-between state of being both finally rested and tremendously sore. A brain that's been recharged, but a body that could use another week's worth of recuperation. With your sights now reset and your priorities realigned, the road back through Leopold's Garrison awaits. This time not as a stopping point, but merely as a convenient way through. And perhaps approaching at an earlier hour than before, could see some of the vendors and shops still available for perusal. The thought crosses your mind that the next time you wake, it may very well be in one of the 4 townships of Navikapura. And it's that promise of a bed and opportunity that picks you up from your trusty bedrolls and gives you the strength to move on. Guys, rise here. Sort of early evening, sun that's falling.
Sweet long rest.
Yep, long rest if people haven't done that already.
Oh, trust me.
Half of your hit dice back as well if you haven't done that.
I didn't.
I love being full powered.
You do lose temporary HP. Curses.
You just fully healed, didn't you?
Right.
Yes.
So he wants
Okay.
also the
Extra.
temporary HP.
Okay.
So you want
Okay.
to be asked.
Sweet 29.
Oh, I forget how squishy you are.
Yeah.
I guess Orba's gonna probably have another plamba fruit, but
Okay.
she's also going to take out a note from her bag and like read it over a little bit. I forgot about this. It's
Okay.
It might have answers. I forgot that I had it.
Where did it come from?
It's a note that we all found, but it's... Do you remember coming back from the Myconid camp, and we fought that lady at the totem?
Yes.
There was a bunch of dead people there.
Yes.
Overturned carriage.
Yes, and there was a note inside a boot that you and I found.
This was on the Black Lion.
This was on somebody in a blue arming hood,
Okay.
so probably from the
Oh,
camp.
right, yeah.
Right. Yes.
And it says, Mr. Tibbets, we received word for the unfortunate attack on your premises and wish to convey our sympathies on behalf of the Black Lions and Seer Hothbow, who I'm sure you are aware exercise poor control over their creations. A mutant.
Well, Seer Hofbau is, if I'm not mistaken, someone who seemed to be in charge of the Black Lions.
Yes.
So the Black Lions have.
They have creations.
So we
they
know
have
who's making them.
mutants.
Well, we know where the creations are coming from. We know that.
Well,
But we weren't
necessarily,
sure who else
we
was
weren't sure.
accessing
We
them.
didn't know. We knew that they were making these things at the camp, but we didn't know that they were necessarily doing it elsewhere.
Well, no, it seems that.
I mean, obviously.
Well, first of all, it could be that experiments are progressing in other locations, in other pockets. That's
obviously,
possible.
yeah.
But as far as we knew, all B and C subjects were being taken to that particular camp.
Right, but what I'm saying is we weren't sure if they were giving any of the mutants away, but they clearly...
They
It
obviously-
seems that they're being perhaps sold to the highest bidder.
Yeah. Or it's just because the Black Lions are in cahoots with them, so they give them tools from the camp, because the Black
Perhaps.
Lions help guard it. So that's part of their compensation, perhaps?
I don't understand is how can you sell something like that without giving you some kind of means to control it? I'm shocked that
I don't
you
know if
can
they're really
sell
advertising them in that way. I think they're just like, here's this real strong thing, you want it? And they say, yes, okay.
Especially if you're already
The Black
working
Lion-
with the Lemonade Man. If you already have some sort of trade negotiation for a significant amount of myconid extract, perhaps these are being offered to protect
That's true.
people perhaps like Sir Hofbrow
Sure, if
or
you
Mr.
can't
McKenna
control
in
them.
the Vikapura.
I'm not questioning the moral legality of it. I'm just saying that we actually do know that some people have the mutants other than the Lemonade Man. And it could have been Black Lions. Maybe there's a Black Lion camp nearby, or maybe there's another, party that we're not...
Well, no. Well,
Aware
it
of.
seems that this particular mutant that we found at the micro cabin belongs, in all likelihood, according to the Halfling, in all likelihood to the Mr. McKenna in the
Perhaps,
Vikapura. It seems that whether or not the men that we fought were directly hired by Mr. McKenna, I suppose, is yet to be seen, though that seems likely.
Yeah.
It seems that this creature was perhaps purchased by Mr. McKenna, got loose, perhaps in a moment of clarity, went to the place that it used to be, went to
Right,
a
I'm just
familiar
saying-
location.
We definitely know now that other people have them.
Yes,
Yeah.
good thing we have. Who has you have a whistle? Who else has a whistle?
I believe I returned it to you,
Yeah,
did I?
I took one
So you
back.
both have whistles?
We've got two. I thought we only had one.
No, we
No.
recovered
You
the
recovered
other.
the
That's
one,
right.
yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just wanted to share. I forgot that was a thing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if, I suppose the question becomes, are these type B and C candidates at the other pockets being still shipped to the Myconid camp in the Sharky Mountains, or are they able to sort of offshore production to these other pockets? Which are because the pockets are located in
There's 5 at the moment, I believe.
Urinchupa.
Oranchupa, Omaso, Tuktu,
Mhm.
hold on. I have it. I have the
Two
notes.
is
Wait a
the
second.
graveyard.
What?
No, that's Mukmu.
Sorry, I just
Yeah. You look like you're.
did.
Follow it.
I'm waiting.
Stay with it.
This is
I'm here.
random. I'm sorry. What he said to you in the ring?
Yeah. Pockets.
That would
Is
seem
that
to be a
real?
person's name, though, rather than a...
I don't know that
But
it's
do we
related.
know for sure if it's someone's name, or
I mean, he
It
said go
means-
see pockets,
The
which
nib is
I'm...
at contact.
He said
It's a
the Illegals had
contact.
contact named pockets.
I don't know.
I agree.
I
That's
was just thinking. It's been a lot of pocket talk, and maybe that's where the contact is, or there's something to be said
You know,
in
I'm
connection.
Well, if
I'm
he
sure
mentions anything to you about, anything like this, then obviously, let us know, I suppose.
I'm sure I'll ask about where his strange name comes from.
Gross. 4 pockets. Omaso, Brick Rock and Orange Chupa, Mukmu, and took 2 farms.
yes. And it was Teo Hendry's where the transportation center
Correct.
was actually.
And I
So there's no
I-
pocket in Navikapura as far
No.
all that far north as far as we know.
no, but I do believe you're picturing transformations happening at the pockets, but I think it's just detections happening at
I
pockets.
think so. As far as we know, it's
Right.
as far as we know, it seems that they're conducting these experiments to expose large
Right.
groups of people, and then the transportation circles are being used to transport both materials, but any type
any
B
viable
and C
candidates,
candidates.
right.
And then whoever is B and turns into the little things, then they get shipped back out.
Well, sold perhaps to
Yeah.
the highest bidder. Yes.
Yeah. So that's it. I hope Navikapura doesn't have any of this stuff
Well,
there.
it seems like it does.
Aw.
We now, I mean,
It's
Le-
almost certainly. I mean,
Leto
it
gave
seems
us-
to have. Look, it's a profitable business. It's gonna infect everywhere. That's what they do.
I mean, Leto gave us the names of a handful of dealers, whether or not.
Well, I know the Mygonid extract's going to be there. I just don't want the things.
Well, we know the Mullifairs are
Well,
somewhere.
I would
involved
expect that we're gonna find these things everywhere. So wherever we go, if we split up the party, then each group we've got to have one whistle.
Okay,
It's not worth the risk.
that's fine.
And they're a pain in the arse
I hate them.
otherwise. So
Right, I'm not mistaken, right? The Mullifairs are feuding with the Ironclads in some way, and we know the Mullifairs in some way are associated with the Myconid camp we scouted. So
Yes.
yes.
it wouldn't be a stretch to assume that they're
Well,
trying to
funding it.
extend their influence northwards.
Yeah.
And Navikapura is a port town too, so if they were to
So it's a
extend
centre
their
of trade, of
if
course.
they were
why
to
would you-
extend
yeah.
their influence to Navikapura, perhaps they could. They have the short ports to perhaps ship throughout Anti-Suyu, and then you have the I don't know if it's called this, but the longer ports, the large ports, to ship to other continents. I mean, that would be a strategic location.
Well, if I were incredibly rich and had absolutely no moral conscience, then yeah, absolutely what I would do is try to become the best supplier universally of this. You try to basically make enough of this product which people will absolutely buy because they're frankly terrifying, these things. And, that's not obviously the only thing you can sell. And you ship it round the world.
Yeah.
Of course you get I mean, look, if you're looking for more power,
Do we think that they could be only being sold to people that they would want to sabotage?
Oh,
Because they can't be controlled.
that's a terrible business model.
that's
though.
clever though.
Because I mean,
give it to a man and say, "Hey, here's a really good thing. He's
yeah,
gonna
but
do
word's
good
gonna
things
get
for
round
us."
pretty
Here is a powerful
quick.
weapon.
Yeah.
It is
And then it fucks up their whole thing.
predictable.
Yeah, but it's not like it's gonna wipe through. If you sold it to a Black Lion tribe, it's not like it's gonna kill a bunch of them.
Oh no, I don't know if he's
It's
talking
more
about
likely
that.
to cause collateral, sort of get out into the world and.
What
cause
about Mr.
collateral
McKenna
damage
though? What
elsewhere.
if he owns like a nice valuable property on the port and this thing runs amok and it causes him to lose his property and then they swoop in and grab it? That's clever. Ooh, that's evil. I'll need a plamba fruit now.
You may roll for your
Hard to apply.
Okay.
People can take a ration if they're having this.
Okay.
Come on, plamba.
Getting low on the
Pencil.
rations.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're gonna need some rations.
Let's go. 72.
Not quite.
C minus.
Squish.
C minus.
No bueno.
Oh no.
A C minus.
I still have one left. I still have one. 8 rations. I can have one.
Expensive rations.
Shut up. Well. Can we go forward?
We should get moving.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Someone with a I'll ride at the
Yeah,
front. I'll ride at the front since I can see in the dark.
Okay, so then.
And one of you two should be at the back, perhaps, who can also see in the dark. Perhaps
Yeah, I'll
Safira.
take the back.
It's not fully dark yet. Also, it's like
Getting there?
yeah, it's like early twilight, evening, like kind of like it is now.
Okay.
And is there a way to kind of go? Obviously, we can kind of skirt around the main main gentle void area of the garrison, but there's no like going fully around the garrison.
You could. It would be a little. I mean, again, it's not a hostile place necessarily.
Yeah.
But yes, if you were looking to avoid it, you could take a circuitous route and get around the general sort of territory.
But we could conceivably stay away from like the prison area.
Oh yeah, that's
and
a
go
totally
through
sectioned off. You can't just get there without he escorted you into that
You're
section.
gonna be
so,
on your horse
yes.
and look in a window, and Booraj is gonna.
yeah,
Right there.
at the bars.
Yeah.
No, that's a
get my message?
completely different section of the game.
Yes.
Yes. If you ride through the part you were in before with the vendors and the
could.
yeah, that's
Possibly not be noticed by people.
there's a lot of people.
I say we make no stops.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go. Let's go.
Group gets back on the horses. Has everyone done their long rest stuff?
Yes.
Spells.
Spells, goddamn.
Yes.
Yeah, fucking
Yeah.
shit. Piss.
I mean, I'm never gonna make a good decision, so
I'm
I might
never.
as well stick with my shitty ones.
No.
I like this.
No.
I like them. I like them.
You can tell yourself.
They're not good, but I like them.
Oh, you lost your bug.
What did I do?
And your charger there.
And your charger.
Oh no.
You're a mess. You are a mess.
I can't do breathing exercises on a long rest, can I?
Yes, you can.
I can do breathing.
Yes.
Well,
One would assume you did them at the beginning or end.
Well, but that's my question, I guess. If I had none, got two back in the long rest, can I use...
You would have to spend additional time.
Okay.
To do so, yes. Yeah. If you didn't have them at the beginning of the long
Okay, yeah,
rest,
then
yeah,
don't
it would
worry
take additional time.
Yup.
Yeah.
Alright. I think I'm happy. You can continue, Matt.
2 good rolls and I can...
It's over. It's always over.
The ride back is brief, and it's decently well traveled. Once or twice, Safira is met with a sign of someone who maybe was present for the fight, a showing of some fists or a congratulatory nod.
Empty pockets, though.
Unburdened by Leto's emotional weight that he carried, the ride feels lighter as well. And with that comes a sort of reserved sense of accomplishment. Quite a bit of good was done in and around this sort of small slice of civilization. Helping the halflings of Hacketon, setting our eyes on Booraj, retrieving Ray's body, and propelling Beezaura toward her search for the light whistle chess pieces. You continue forward and you start to see the walls of the garrison come into view. And there's only one thing that strikes you as out of the ordinary as you approach. And it's spotted when you're well within view of these sort of outer gates. You're getting pretty close. It looks like some poor soul has had his wagon kind of break down a mere 10 minutes or less from making it to the checkpoint. A frantic dwarven man with a big wiry mustache and a muddied brown cloak who's currently inspecting one of the wheels. And along with him are 2 others. There's a younger dwarven girl that could very well be his daughter, just sort of based on her appearance. And a human man who's in armor that looks to be serving as a guard of this, caravan or wagon or something. The man checks the wheel, and then he stands and he lifts the cloth that's covering the bed of the wagon that has his goods. He sort of scans back and forth in the wagon bed to see if anything looks out of place or broken. And it's at that moment that you catch a glimpse of what he's transporting. Racks and racks of healing potions.
Stop it.
Stacked neatly beside and on top of each other in this kind of dazzlingly orderly fashion. The younger dwarven girl rolls her eyes as he's kind of meticulously checking each of the items. She's kind of sitting there at the front, sort of waiting for him to finish. And as you're kind of riding by, you catch like a little snippet of the conversation between them. And the man is almost like cradling them like a baby. He kind of takes a couple healing potions out, checks to make sure that the bottles aren't broken or leaking at all, sort of places them back in her racks. And you hear the daughter speak. Dad, let's just help the GV bring them in. That's who's buying them anyway. And then he responds to her. And have them pocket a few or ask for a discount? I think not. I sent for someone I trust, and will wait for him. And he goes back to kind of checking each of the bottles as he's moving along. And the girl kind of slumps back, and she sees you guys kind of riding by, and she kind of...
How bad does the carriage look? Like you said, there's a wheel.
Yes, it looks like
situation.
the axle or the wheel itself is... You can see like a splintered piece of wood that's like... I mean, it's cracked decently.
Would you say that the crack is bigger than
Ooh, that's a good question. What's the...
1 foot in any dimension?
Well.
I think it's hard to tell from here. It's
Okay.
it's not. It doesn't look like completely shattered to bits.
Okay.
But it's also might be broken in more than one place. That doesn't necessarily mean you couldn't do it.
Right.
But it's hard to tell from here. But yeah, as you're kind of running by. So as you guys are kind of moving along.
She regards us, but she
Yeah,
doesn't say
she kind of
anything.
gave you a little sad wave as she's sort of waiting for her dad to finish up whatever he's doing.
Do we offer assistance?
Yeah, I mean, why not?
Are you running quite a bit behind here?
And sort of... Fine, thank you.
Do you need any help?
I've already sent for help. Thank you.
I may be able to fix your carriage quite quickly if you give me a chance.
I think not.
How long will it be till your assistance arrives?
Well, they're at the Garrison, so it shouldn't take long.
Without, trying to be pushy, we are here now, so we might be a bit faster than the people at the Garrison.
I ask...
Make a persuasion check. You can say it.
I'm asking for nothing, just offering my help.
We had a talk before this show.
Oh, did you roll?
It didn't roll well. Is it persuasion? Yeah. Well, 7.
She's back, baby.
There she is. I take it you've seen my wares and you want some of them, yes?
Yes.
Well, I don't want that. And she sort of, you see the girl kind of lean forward and speak to her dad there. Dad, just let them buy some. It's less for us to carry. No. These aren't ordinary healing potions. And our most important business relationship is with Captain Autry. So no.
What's not ordinary about them?
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, no.
Guys, come on.
You didn't just want to tell me?
Shocking.
Oh, 12?
12. These healing potions,
Ah.
they're unlike anything you will find anywhere else.
Why?
Because my healing potions
Yeah.
are delicious.
Wait, what?
So they just...
I would not sell them to someone who did not have a sophisticated palate. So go buy the standard filth that tastes like licking copper coins.
Excuse me. What makes you think that we do not have sophisticated palates?
Dad, they seem fine. Look at him, he's got a fancy cloak there. Fashion does not indicate taste.
Wait, so hang on. Just let me get this straight. I'm sorry. From a business model perspective, you're only looking to sell to a particular clientele whose taste you approve of.
Captain Autry always buys my entire stock of potions. That is why I make a trip here every so often.
Oh.
What do they taste like?
All kinds of things.
But
They've got
the
different
essential
flavors.
use is the same.
They function as healing potions, yes. But if you're someone who uses a lot of healing potions, you might know that people get tired of the taste.
Yeah. Well, what if we told you that we have once been in attendance to the Mall Fair tasting? Would that convince you that we have nice palates?
That sounds like bullshit.
It's not.
It's not so.
I still have my invitation that says Jamie Fullstash.
Yes, you do!
He wouldn't part with it. He dares.
It's in the.
How
we
excited
were,
did he just get?
we
that
were
he
given
realized this
a.
happened? He's like,
We were. I'm just confirming that. Yeah, I sure do. It was in the like we were given like a velvet bag with stuff. So I still have that, and
Sure.
I have my invitation that says to Jamie Fulltash.
Sure.
So I'm going to say, well, I do know a good amount. I'm more familiar with wines from the south, Anti-Suyu, but and I'll sort of show him the invitation.
He looks at it, and you can see for a moment he's hiding it a little bit, but he's impressed. Like, it looks like kind of...
Forgive my attire. This is simply my traveling cloak.
And be fair to us, we have been, traveling.
Is there like any trees nearby?
Not really. There's like this open area between here and the garrison.
Sticks or twigs around?
Small ones, very small.
I'm 99% sure I've seen you cast Mend before when we.
He has cast it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in front of me. I thought you
I
resold
was
them.
gonna
I am much more familiar with wines from the south. I admit that northern wines I'm not quite as familiar with, but I do have quite the palate, and if I can vouch for my friend here, he does have abilities that could potentially fix this rather quickly. Instantaneously, almost.
You can see that he's thinking.
I'm gonna take out. I still have like this shard of glass from a long time ago. That's I think was pretty sizable. We were using to look around corners and stuff. I'm just gonna like take it out of my bag and like break it in half.
And you can see you kind of.
What skills?
And hold them apart, and then place them back together, and like.
And you can see him, his eyes kind of flick down to the broken wagon wheel as you're sort of doing the magic.
And then like hold it up again.
And she leans forward. Dad, look at that. Look, Dad. Look. Just let him have some. It would be bad for my reputation if I sold them to someone who did not have the palate for it.
Well,
So perhaps,
I really don't understand why, but okay.
if you'd be willing to prove it.
What?
Like a taste test.
Okay.
Yes, like a taste test.
all right. Yes, that's in a. I'm sorry. Is fixing your
Are you
wagon?
not
I wanna
in
do
a
it.
hurry?
I would love to try.
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's taste things.
You seem divided on the issue.
No,
No.
we're happy to taste your wares.
United
Please.
Front.
All right. Wait here a moment. And he goes to the back of the wagon. He starts to like rummage through. And he looks like he's looking for something. And at this, the daughter kind of leans forward. She motions to you guys. And you guys kind of ride up a little closer. He likes analogies and very flowery language. So, it tastes like a citrus whisper from a blueberry pixie. Things like that. And just make sure that you don't get too abstract and that you actually describe the flavor of it when he asks you. And then she leans back as he's coming back. And he comes back with what looks like a little...
My entire life for this.
He comes back with what looks like a little kind of kit, like a little box that kind of opens up. Not unlike sort of Michael Ainsley's, like a little kind of, just sort of kit with a cloth interior on it. And he opens it up.
I'm gonna die.
Who'd like to prove themselves first?
I'll go first.
1 and 10. Choose a number between them.
4.
And he kind of...
I stole your lucky number. I'm sorry.
And he looks through the thing.
It's okay. I was like,
What?
Oh my god! Stop.
Come on.
Get out of
do any
here.
of these have corn syrup in them?
Why you guys make me go first?
Oh my god.
my god.
Remind me of any dietary restrictions before I dole any of this.
Unless... Is there
They
meat,
should...
blood?
They should all be very tame
Yes.
and normal. One thing that I will say, none of them have anything that I think would even be remotely offensive. Does anyone not want something that has caffeine in it? I will make sure you avoid
Yes,
things with
I don't
caffeine.
want caffeine.
Anyone else care?
No, but if there's... Is there something with rice or bread? Or,
Rice or bread?
or
A sake.
corn?
It would have to
I
be
will.
like a beer
I will make
or
sure
a-
if you do one that you definitely get one that does not have one of
Thank
those.
you.
I don't
Sorry.
think any of them do. That's okay, but we'll go.
So.
It just started. I can't break it.
And he takes out a little thing.
I'm very excited for
my
this.
God.
Oh my god.
Please give me ice cream.
Show me. Describe it,
I'm
please.
so excited.
Do I need to how it looks also?
Smell and taste.
Smell and taste.
Guys, this is
It's very cold.
the Food Network. I'm excited.
It smells of fresh cream,
Cream.
like fresh from a cow.
And he kind of
And-
frowns.
Cleanse my palate here.
Perhaps tones of cinnamon, like passing by a bakery. It's like when you taste tea for the first time. It's very refreshing and spicy.
Ooh, it's Cherry Whispers.
That's all I got.
All right.
Is it like chai tea?
All right. Who's next?
Did I win?
I'll let you know.
Okay. Can I keep drinking it?
Yes.
Did she get
Does she heal?
A healing potion requires a minimum amount. He's giving you like little samples. It's not like a full.
Damn.
Alright, sure.
Oh.
Sorry, Halfling, yes.
No, of course. Go ahead.
Please.
1 to 10, not 4.
2.
Let me make sure.
It's half a 4.
Oh, I know what this is.
What?
Sorry. No.
Oh, you know what that is?
Yeah, we're good. This is delicious.
Is it a milkshake? Did you get a milkshake?
I got a milkshake.
It's a van.
He looks through things to make sure.
Beezaura's like,
Yeah.
I'm celebrating.
I am
Yeah.
Jewish and I'm also a vegetarian.
Like, so if you could just make a comedy.
So when you're saying
I'm just
dietary needs, yeah.
I think you're fine.
I'm a little bit of a princess. Sorry.
Ooh!
It's tea.
Ooh.
It's Pepto-Bismol. Did you say that?
Oh my gosh.
Straight
You're gonna be
love.
shit.
Well, it's very cold.
They're all cold.
Chill to the touch, as if it's a dead body.
He frowns.
It's been a long journey, son.
Beezaura's like, what's the last called?
Okay,
Man,
I don't even
a
know.
body.
Okay. You got it.
Well, the color is of a slight rose, as if it's been touched by the snow on an early December morning. The scent is not as precise, I would say,
Precise.
but makes it more intriguing once I taste, I believe.
Erland just fell in love with Beezaura. Everything's changed.
I'm sweating, I'm so
Poetry.
Erland afterwards is like, come here.
Halfling.
It has a bit of a slight berry flavor.
Slight berry. Slight rose, slight berry. Yes.
The color of roses, the tastes of berries.
Ooh.
But I would say the combination of tastes is a mix of berries, not one in particular, which is quite intriguing to the taste buds. The consistency is thin, which I like.
All right, I think I have enough. Thank you.
I'm gonna keep going.
You look at the dog and she's like,
Oh my goodness.
I would say it is quite refreshing, and if it wasn't used as a potion, it would be one to share with a friend on a nice spring day.
all right. And you, sir?
Um,
It does taste like Pepto-Bismol.
10.
Reaches down.
Sorry about it.
Oh.
Thank you, sir. Erland kind of makes up. It smells sweet, yet herbaceous,
Ooh.
like a freshly pollinated honeycomb on a pine tree.
Oh, wow.
Pine tree. Damn.
Honeycomb on a pine tree.
No, it doesn't. It's okay. In this world, it can.
Oh.
The umami.
This This is so crisp it almost tastes carbonated, but not quite. Another sip, if you will.
Oh my god. Get the fuck out of here. Right now.
It is indeed... It tastes as it smells. It is indeed both herbaceous on the nose, but the finish is certainly quite sweet and almost tart on the palate. Tingling like fairies dancing upon your taste buds.
Oh, use the fairies.
All right. Who's next?
Please.
A number?
6.
Don't pick that one.
Right, I forgot.
I didn't tell you which one, but don't pick that
Okay,
because
one.
that might have caffeine.
Oh, I thought
One.
that someone else picked it. 1.
1.
Right. Okay.
Cranberry.
Retains a bit of the classic healing potion color.
Right, yes, I recognize that. Safira kind of seeing Erland having done it. She has no idea why she's doing this, but she's just going to do it. Right, well, it smells of fruit, like almost a grape kind of scent, you know? It's just like a wine, almost as if it's got a bit off, though. But in a brilliant way.
Oh boy.
Oh right, that's very nice. It's got kind of a nice bitterness to it, and yeah, it's sweet and fruity. Yes, it's similar almost to the original healing potion taste if it tasted good. Right, Safira's gonna kind of.
Oh no.
Has 5 been chosen?
No.
Ooh.
Thank you.
It matches your shirt.
That's part of the analysis.
It matches my shirt.
No, it doesn't.
I'm just kidding.
That's sort of a chain mailing.
Yeah. Citrus. Quite fresh.
Quite fresh.
It fills the mouth.
Talk about what does it taste like and remind you of?
You see the girl like?
Like a drink
Oh no.
that I might drink.
Oh.
Even if I didn't have to. Round. Like an orange.
Do the flavors remind you of anything from your extensive travels?
Where?
You're such a well-traveled individual, Goliath. Surely the liquid reminds you of some exotic fruit you've seen in your time.
Yes, or like the sunrise off a fresh seaport.
All right, no spoon feeding it.
I do feel like there is a light inside of me
Oh.
when I drink this.
I'm undecided.
I'll do one more, sir.
All right. Pick then.
Number 10.
10 was taken.
Number 6, then. Is that?
You didn't care if
That
there
was
was
the
caffeine,
caffeine
right?
one, yeah.
Nah, whatever.
Sorry, everyone.
Holy smokes, that's a
Ooh,
fella.
that's dark. That is a smoky brew.
Well, by the looks of it, it reminds me of dusk. Just as the light has gone down, but before too dark that I can see. Not distinctive as well, but crisp, I would say.
Not distinctive.
What is going on?
You okay?
Yes, going.
Go on, have a taste.
Ooh. That is quite refreshing. It's a taut citrus. Like waking up in the morning and seeing the first sunlight peek through your eyes. It's quite refreshing. With hints of a slight leafy tea, I would say. But the mixture of the lemony herbaceousness of it and that flatness of the tea combine to really fill the tongue with lots of flavor. As if you're experiencing a whole festival for the first time.
That's really good, Beezaura.
Thank you.
You're a natural.
May I ask you a question, sir?
You may.
Do you have any healing potions that taste like the MacLeod, perhaps? That's my favorite wine. I love the spicy. I love the spicy nose with the medium length finish.
Wow.
I do not. That is a trademark taste of the motherfuckers.
One of my favorites.
Yes. Not something that I would endeavor to step on their toes.
Of course.
I'm not so sure.
I'll admit you're helping me describe my products to prospective clients. A couple more, perhaps, and then we'll talk some business.
I'll do one.
What number?
What's
Seven.
We got 7, 8, 9, and 3.
9?
That's the ginger. Sure.
Well, it looks almost like a lemonade, but a little cloudy. Wonder if it's as fresh and pungent as it looks. Whoa. Ooh, okay. Smells almost a little, not vinegary, but it punches the nostrils with quite a bit of oomph.
I have a couple ideas. Better sip that slow.
Okay, I'm just gonna try it. It's got a bitter taste, but it's cleansing the palate when you do it. And it tastes like sparkles.
Ooh.
Apple maybe? But like a sharp apple, not the sweet one.
Sharp apple.
Yes, you could definitely drink one of these after eating something not so good and it would just get rid of it right away.
Let's move over to you so that we don't end on a low note.
4.
That one was taken.
Or
Was
was
it?
taken. Yeah.
We've got 7,
was the
8,
first
and
one.
3. 7, 8, 3.
3.
Ooh.
Redeem myself.
You can do it, Graven.
Oh.
Do those grunts mean anything to anyone?
Usually a
Pleasurable.
sign of intense pleasure.
Yes. Yeah.
Pleasure.
The beans of a cocoa tree.
Oh, you got chocolate.
Ground. Dark. Bitter. Like sharing a harsh memory with a new friend.
Ooh, Graven, that was good.
I think this is what coffee tastes like. Don't drink much of it myself. But I have smelled it.
Alright,
And this
alright.
pleases me.
A good second try, I suppose.
Oh my god.
Alright, between the two of you.
Ooh, pink.
Do either of those have caffeine?
They do not tonight.
I'll take 8.
Yes.
That's very fun. This tastes like coffee or chocolate.
I think it's just...
This is a nice colour. It looks like a flower. Oh, it smells nice too. It smells a bit like a flower, actually.
Yes, mine as well.
Very floral scent, but citrus as well. Like a citrus peel when you're freshly getting the fruit, you know.
Freshly getting the fruit, yes.
That's good. That's good.
Oh, that's lovely. Yeah, very sweet, bright taste. You know, like a sunny morning.
We love our sunrises here.
A few of my beverages taste like sunny mornings.
Not a bad thing,
This
Seth.
one looks like spring too. I mean, really, it's it's nice. I like it.
This one, similarly, very floral, like you're running through a field of wildflowers with a new lover for the first time. The moment immediately before a first kiss, perhaps.
Oh, okay, Erland.
Yes. Yes. Lemons, citrus, perhaps even limes. All the citruses that offer
The
in
citron.
such a small... One more taste, please. Oh, but do I sense... Yes, I do. A bit of woodiness with the citrus. Perhaps a lone tree drawing out of that singular field. Perhaps which to nap upon. Next to the new lover. Read a book.
I
Dream
might
of things that you could have been and things that you were. Thank you, sir.
Orba's
think I
blushing under her
I
own.
might call that one New Lover.
An excellent name.
Well,
I can smell it. I was getting nervous.
I cannot sell you a full pallet. Those are reserved for Captain Autry. However, one of my pallets cracked when the wagon was damaged.
Oh.
In that pallet, there are 7 remaining. You are welcome to buy as many of the 7 that you wish. 6 of them are standard healing potions, and one of them is a greater healing potion.
Oh.
How much do they go for?
60 for the regular, and 270 for the greater.
Wow.
And would we like this? He's upselling it a little bit because
yes.
of the
Standard
flavor.
rates is 50 regular
Yeah.
healing, 250 for greater. So he's giving an extra.
Tenfold.
Can I ask an out-of-game question?
Yeah.
Or like a rule question? How much is a greater healing potion?
I believe it's 44 plus 4.
Instead of 2d4 plus 4?
Instead of 2d4 plus 2,
Plus
it's
2, sorry.
44 plus 4.
And what if we were to fix your wagon free of charge?
You can do this.
Time.
I suppose I'd be willing to sell at standard rates rather than the upsell for the flavor.
May I?
Walk over.
What this worth? And I'll go over and kind of survey it at first.
Sure, give me a perception check.
Okay.
Is the guy who's been standing next to them saying anything? The sort
No,
of guard?
the guard looks like totally I mean, he looks like he's been
Yeah.
walking all day long escorting this
Yeah.
wagon. He is not.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. So give it a good look. At first, it looks like it might be kind of multiple little pieces, but you see one crack that kind of runs the length of the axle up to the edge of where the
Nice.
wheel is there. It looks like if you kind of got your hands around it, you could sort of close the 2 parts where it's splintered open.
Hell yeah.
Get down and... Sure.
A little bit of the energy pouring forth. And as you squeeze, the 2 pieces of wood kind of stick together, and then you could see them kind of almost like they're getting like sutured together, and they come together. And then when you release your hands, the axle is returned to one piece.
Hey.
Well done. I admit I am impressed and grateful. And you can see his daughter as well, kind of. Goodness. All right. How many would you like?
At least one greater healing, yes?
Yeah, I guess.
Perhaps we should just take the lot then, yes?
All of them.
I mean, that's quite a bit.
We used
3.
We're gonna use 3 in that fight. We have.
You can turn away a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm cool, quiet.
I think we utilized at least 2 of them just then.
I'll buy 2 myself.
I still have one.
I'm buying one. I
Yeah,
still
no,
have
I
one
need
as
to
well.
We should
but I'm
buy
gonna
all of them.
No,
I agree.
I'm gonna buy one as well. Yeah.
I have enough to buy 2.
Yeah. I mean,
Me
I've
too.
got enough to buy 2, I reckon, as well.
Excuse me over there.
Yeah.
Would be
money bags.
550 for the lot, if I'm doing that correctly. 6 times 50, and then 1 times 250.
And then 550 divided by 5.
It's 50 for one.
50 for the standard, and then 250 for the.
I'll buy one. Well, no, I'll buy one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are we
this
splitting
isn't
it?
the
Are we
worst thing.
are we splitting it evenly across the
We
way?
should, I mean,
All right.
we're gonna use
I
it
don't
that
know.
way, you know.
Sure.
It just depends on who's going to hold on to the extra 2, I guess.
Well, we divvied.
I mean, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just
look,
saying.
we're gonna use them as needed, right?
110 each.
I can do that.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Before we give him money, can I say to him in Dwarven, any further discounts for using a couple of the new titles?
I've already given you quite a discount.
New Lover is going to sell off the pallets.
I would say that number 6 is quite the sun-kissed festival as well.
The standard healing potions are far too easy to offload for a further discount. 230 for the greater.
Thank you.
So,
Oh gosh, the math
That's
is so
alright.
even.
Who gives a shit?
300 plus 230, 530 total would be the total price.
Splitting isn't anymore.
Yes, it does. It's still 106.
So I got 4 back?
Well, there we go.
Oh, thank God. 4 gold.
106?
106.
What's your name, friend?
Good question.
He's so caught up, he just doesn't know.
Kyros. Kyros Ogtrop.
K-I-R-O-S?
K-R-E-I-O-S. Krios.
Oh, Krios.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it sounded like Raina's last name. for a
Trop?
second.
That's what I was,
Kyros.
that's what
Yeah.
Where do you
Those
come from?
Soft playing the R.
Yeah.
Krios Ogtrop. I'm from Katil, and I make a trip here every now and then to offload my wares with Mr. Autry.
I'm not from Antisuyu. Katil? Where's that?
Now, that is more centrally located.
Oh.
It's a fairly large city, not as large as some of the more well-known ones, but
And you have a shop there, I would imagine?
I do.
Would you be selling some of this fancy stuff there if we ever pass through?
Yes, although this was a special occasion, I usually sell only in bulk, as I say.
Ah. How much is a bulk?
Well, a pallet contains 2 greater healings and 6 regulars, and I usually sell a minimum of 4 pallets per order.
Oh, that's a lot of healing. Who else needs that much healing?
Broken Crown,
Ah.
Gentle Void,
Ah.
City Watches.
Huh.
How often do you make this trip?
Once a year.
this is no offense at all, because obviously your wares are, you know, very tasty. But I'm curious, the city watch spends money on this?
On healing potions, yes.
Well, no, I know, but okay, sure.
She means
You
the
mean
fancy
because
stuff.
of the
The
additional
premium.
expense?
Yes.
I find that some cities take better care of their underlings than others. But you
Right.
didn't hear that from me.
Yes, I'm sure that's true.
Was the axle just a accident of the road?
We felt it getting loose some ways back. We hoped that it would make it all the way here, and it unfortunately did not.
Right. Well,
Nothing worse than just a bumpy road.
Not that we know.
You
Give me
don't
another perception check.
Ooh.
The truth. I'm just kidding. Perception. 15.
15. It's nothing about the way he says something or indicates anything, but as you're just kind of like looking over his wagon and kind of just talking to him, taking a look around, you do notice a kind of lightish blue mark on the back of his wagon. Very close, because you went under there to kind of touch the axle and stuff, like down on the back end, there was kind of a little blue stripe on the sort of back underside of the wagon.
Just a moment. I think this may have been one of the marked wagons.
What do you mean?
The two broken crown that were with
Oh.
Amari?
Amari.
You think they marked this guy?
I think that they either sabotaged it or marked it so that he could be set upon.
Of course.
Oh no.
So wait, maybe the people who are coming from, Garrison?
There might be Gentle Void people.
Well, he's selling to the Gentle Void, though.
Yeah.
Should we warn him?
Right, but if it was broken down and they could just come and steal it all, wouldn't that be
They
better?
would absolutely do that.
Right.
Well, we're going to Garrison. Why don't we offer to luck with
Ride
them?
along with him.
You're within sight of the garrison, like you are
Yeah.
close by,
Yeah.
just to be,
Sure.
like, an escort would literally be like 15 minutes of riding or less, 10 minutes of riding.
Or maybe they got the guard later down the line and...
Is the blue stuff something that we know we could, like, wash off?
It's difficult, it's pretty resilient, it doesn't
Yeah.
wash off in the rain, but if you scrubbed it, it would come off.
You think he doesn't know?
Oh, he definitely doesn't know the blue markings on there, no.
Well, I think at least we should tell him to take the blue marking
I
off.
said rather than explain ourselves, we either just tell him to wash it or...
There's a
offer to
guard
wash it.
right there. They might be in on it.
The only two that would be...
Well, the way to do it then...
There's a
is-
Gentle Void.
We don't have to-
The guy's Gentle Void, presumably.
You don't
we don't
know
know.
this.
how.
We
Yeah, he's
don't,
just a guard.
Look,
Yeah.
we don't necessarily, I'm trying to speak quietly so
Yeah.
we don't necessarily have to tip him off. All we can do is say, look, he's a very vain man. We can just say, well, there's an unsightly mark on your carriage. Would hate to, I don't know, make your clientele... I don't understand how it works. You know what I'm saying, though,
I
basically.
understand what you mean, Safira.
Just say, oh, what's that ugly blue thing on your thing? I'm sure, guarantee you he'll be on his knees scrubbing.
I'm worried about the one who's right next to him.
I would imagine that he brought him with him. That's
Yeah.
his guard
That's
that he
his
brought
guard
with him.
for his
perhaps.
product.
Well, let's just ride with them and maybe wash the thing.
All right.
At least
Alright.
tell him it's there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Headed to the garrison then.
Yes, sooner than I thought now, thanks to you.
I say we all keep moving. Could travel together.
I can see the garrison. Is there something else you needed from me?
Safira's gonna kind of. What's do you see that? There's like a blue thing on your carriage.
And he kind of walks, and he goes around the backside and looks. What the? Did you put that there when you were underneath the...
No. Why would we put? Why?
And he
would they
starts
do
to
that?
kind of... Doesn't come off.
No. Well, why are you looking at us? I just wanted to let you know. I just noticed it.
All right. Well, I'll scrub it off when I get a moment.
Right. Well.
Do. All right then. Good luck.
Thank you. Enjoy the potions.
Thank you.
Yep,
Goodbye.
thank you.
And before he's like about to dole them out. Was there a flavor that you preferred?
Oh.
I thought number 6 was lovely.
Number 6. Make sure that one of them is a number 6.
5.
Number 5.
Love it.
4.
Number 4.
Well, I just want a taste of some of that. What is it? First love in a
New lover.
wild
lover.
flowers?
2 new lovers.
Right. Yes.
So that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's still one more plus a greater healing potion.
One of you should.
So. Who's taking?
I want to try that dark thing
I don't
that you
have
said.
like any room in
The
my
second one of those? Was
Yes.
that it? So 2 of those?
Do the greater healing potions too? And then
I,
the
well,
other
no, I
flavors?
have one
The flavors
slot
that
I have
you-
salmon
salmon.
there.
the healing potion that I lost, but
Pick something.
so how many healing potions?
One of the 2 that you tried that you prefer?
Oh, I guess we could do the one that tasted of fresh berries.
Fresh berries.
I don't have this.
That one.
What was the coffee number?
2.
2. Yep. That's that one over 2, the pinkish looking one.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3.
Well, safe trip, and thank you again.
Thank you.
Sorry, real quick.
Yes.
That was the greater one that you just gave me?
Yeah, so the greater healing potion was the number 2, the pinkish tastes of berries one.
Berries on a snow morning.
Berries on a
So I have the greater healing potion.
Sure.
Okay.
And the other ones were just healing potion? Is that what they were titled?
Yeah, all of them were regular. I mean, again, you don't have to keep track of the flavor, but he gave you, know that you have some nice flavored ones, if theoretically you were to barter with those or something. Those are clearly premium items. But yes, they function exactly the same.
And they take up a slot.
Yes.
Each, right?
Yep. Slot, yo, Zale. Who got the
I'm
greater?
gonna go over my
Leah.
slot.
Zara currently.
Or just one?
Just
greater?
one greater.
Just one greater.
I have 1 greater, 2 regular.
A pallet contains 2 graders, but he said this pallet was partially cracked. So. All right.
All right.
Your brides.
As we sort of just move a little bit away from him,
Sure.
as soon as he gets to the garrison, that's when those marks are going to come into play.
I would imagine
Well,
that they
I'm
would come into
hoping-
play on the road.
Yes.
Yes.
I believe it's. I believe what they
Why would the
said was.
gentle void it?
I believe it's once they arrive at the garrison. This was an indication that they should be stopped at the garrison and perhaps
Yes, no,
beaten up
right.
or stolen.
Well, what I'm
it's
hoping
once they
is
get
that
to the garrison.
I'm hoping he'll wipe it off before he gets there.
He's not going
I
to.
don't think he's going to be robbed in the middle of the garrison. It sounds like he and Captain Altry have a relationship. No one's going to try to rob that man when he's delivering
Unless
something to
Captain Altry is trying to rob
Why
him.
would they try to do that? That's silly. He has all the money in the
So
world.
you think they were hoping it would break down on the way to the garrison?
Yes, and maybe there was a guard that spooked them or something. Something just didn't pan out. I don't know.
He did say it was damaged quite a bit prior to it actually cracking. Or
They
that same
didn't
thought.
realize that we would be coming along and Graven could.
That's true.
So
Yeah,
maybe,
it's
maybe
wagon.
the people on the way were not there to. All right.
Well, if it had just broken down too, it could be that they were about to stumble upon their, it could be that we interrupted.
I think
what was going to
they'll
happen. I don't
be
know.
okay.
Also, can we, why? That entire interaction was ridiculous.
You didn't like it?
I actually found it
You
was
can
quite
only
fun.
sell it to people who like the way it tastes. It's a healing potion.
You
Who
just
cares
sell
the way
it
it
to
fucking
whoever
tastes
wants
if you're
it.
dying, mate?
He's
He's trying to make a living, Safira.
It's a good idea.
No, he's trying. Right.
Just wait. When you pass out again in the middle of battle,
Oh no!
I'm gonna get the one
I'll
that
wake
tastes
up
like
and say,
coffee.
"Oh, I feel like I'm waking up in a field of wildflowers with my new lover." That's what I'll scream when I wake up,
I think so.
nearly dead and on the middle of a battlefield.
That'd be
Don't-
nicer than thinking I've just drank some arsenic or something.
Oh, it's not that bad.
It's pretty bad.
It's not like I believed it tasted like you.
I know you didn't believe it, but you don't believe half the things that come out your mouth, Erland.
Safira, I also found it asinine.
Oh no,
Oh,
I think.
great man. It was fun.
Your second time around was better.
Yes, you did very good.
I just think I'm not even, critiquing his. It's just a bad business model. That's what doesn't make sense to me.
Seems like he's doing okay for himself, so
I suppose.
don't hate the player.
He does have one of the richest.
Common
people.
phrase.
From what
I
I've
love
seen,
that hustle.
most of the time people with money like to spend it. So.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Really.
I like spending
No
it.
kidding.
I
We
like
know.
gambling it and spending it. And
Yeah, we know, Orba.
I love hoarding it.
oh no. Off the rails.
You pass into Leopold's this time. The atmosphere is equally lively, but less boisterous than when you first arrived. The clamor and the good-natured revelry of the off hours not fully yet in swing. Men and women still hawking their wares, hoping to get in a few last-minute sales before closing up for the evening. The gambling area isn't quite as populated yet, instead existing as a kind of expanded seating for the outdoor dining area. There's patrons aplenty and hot food coming out in bunches, smoked sausage, stewed mutton, cabbage, barley biscuits. There's a few chance takers getting a head start, however. You see Groll, Tonum, and Stum among them, rolling the dice, setting out a few coins on the table.
Best friends.
The sounds and smells lift your spirits a bit. And once again, you can't help but marvel at the difference between this bustling, reputable hub compared to where you first heard of and dealt with the Gentle Void in Ur Chupa, a place where the organization was synonymous with corruption and lawlessness. And you start to ride through, and now you're kind of quickly moving through that first area and into the sort of main, what would be kind of a market area where a lot of people are sort of hawking their wares and things. Who's riding in the front here?
I think that I was wondering.
Give me a perception check as you're riding through.
Great. 8.
Oh my god. We saw.
So there's just a couple things that you spot as you're kind of riding along that sort of catch your eye beyond the basics. There's a couple of people selling simple garments, boots, basic ropes, saddles, horses, things of that nature. There are a couple of people. One person who seems to have a little sort of a booth of his own that's covered with a little. It's not raining at the moment, but he has it just in case it is raining. And he has a few maps behind him that look like maps of Navikapura. Sort of simple, basic outlines of Navikapura. They're very basic, but it does have the 4 townships on them. He has them kind of displayed, and he has them on kind of a little rack there available for people to see. So you see one person there that's sort of selling those maps. And another person that catches your eye is someone that looks like they're selling very fine clothes, which seems a little out of the ordinary for a place like this. He doesn't seem like he has a lot of customers currently. This is a pretty functional, merchants, travelers passing through, not necessarily a place where you get a lot of high fashion. He's selling a number of sort of fine silk scarves and sort of, bracelets and garments and things that he has. And he sort of eyes you guys as you're passing through. He kind of perks up a little bit, kind of seems to identify you guys as a little out of the ordinary for this place. It's possible that he's here a lot. So those are the 2 guys that catch your eye. You see someone sort of selling maps, and this man that's sort of selling finer trinkets and garments.
Perhaps a map of Navikapura would be
I think
useful.
that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sort of. Can we lead the horses over?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, it seems like there's kind of a thoroughfare where people are riding horses, so you can easily sort of have that conversation.
Friend, we're interested in perhaps one of your maps of Navikapura.
Oh, sure. Yes. All right. Yes. All 4 townships. One in particular.
It's not a single.
It looks like there are multiple. There's a big map that has all 4 of them, and then there's individual ones if you just want to buy one individual township.
If we wanted 2 copies of all 4, 2 copies each, how much would that be?
30 gold for the larger map, so 60 total.
No discount on doubling up?
I'm
50
afraid.
gold perhaps for all of them?
No. There's a limited supply of maps, I'm afraid. Sorry.
Right, and it's significant labour to produce.
I mean, that's not an outrageous price for a map.
Thanks.
Sorry.
They look really good.
Cartography is hard, okay? So cut him some slack.
Even for this garbage.
Safira's just like, this guy's a hard worker.
Is there any detailing on the little quadrant ones that isn't on the main one?
No.
Okay.
But they do have the individual neighborhoods in addition to the townships.
Right.
Oh, and that's not on the big one?
No, that's on both of them.
Oh,
The big one is simply more expensive, but has all of the same details.
Oh, I get it. Okay. Let's get two big, one big.
Oh, how much is a big one?
That was
30
it.
for the big one.
Oh,
Yeah.
I honestly, I don't think we'll need 2 maps.
think just
We're
one,
gonna. I think we
perhaps.
just need 1 map. We're largely going to be together at least.
We
for
only have-
planning
Yes.
where to go.
I think just one map.
One goddamn
So it
map.
takes one
David.
of this.
We'll be fine.
That's the townships in Navikapura.
Oh my goodness.
Naupa, Navika West. Nakuzi, Navika Middle West. Going west to east, Nagarwas, Navika Middle East. And then Wamparani coastal Navikapura. So this is one large map, but it's on 4 pages, obviously. He holds it out. Who's 30 gold.
I'll give him 30. Or can we split it evenly? I mean, can I
He was about to be a
Treated
gentleman.
for things.
That's okay. Here. What is it?
30
It's
to
5,
6
6.
Do you see how
Yeah,
much gold I
here.
have?
6.
Do you see that? Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, she says.
You have 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
6
no.
each it is?
Oh, you have 999 gold.
916.
First time in Navikapura or just looking
6
for
inch.
more detailed information?
Are you familiar with the place?
I travel there sometimes. I'm from Tuktu. I have a friend in Navikapur that I was staying with, and I can't currently get back home because of the lockdown. So
Right.
I've been helping this friend out who sells maps.
Where do you,
In Tuktu?
No, the map seller's in
The map
Navikapur.
seller's in Navikapur.
I'm
can't
selling
get
her
that.
products
Right.
here.
who's the map seller in Navikapura?
Yes, it's Gemma Vipend.
And you are?
Adam Kirali.
That's different from the map seller that I went to, right? What was his name? Do you remember?
Yes,
Map
Frank
seller?
Sobel.
Frank Sobel.
Yeah, that's the And again, he's saying the map seller is in Navikapura. This guy, Adam, he's from Tuk-Tuk.
Oh, he's not all. Oh, I see. I
But
thought
he was visiting a
also
friend.
okay.
No, he was visiting a friend in Navikapura who is a map seller named Gemma Vipon.
And sorry, what was his name one more time?
Adam Kirley, K-I-R-A-L-Y. Adam Kirley.
Oh, I was so
What
close
part of
at
the Vikapura is the map seller?
Hashokta. Which, if you look on your map, is part of Naupa, Navika West.
Sorry you can't get home. We just passed through Tuk-Tuk.
Any updates?
Just the 4th district being open and nothing else.
Yes, that's what I heard. Hopefully I'll be able to go back soon.
You're not in the 4th district, I take it?
No, 3rd district.
There was a famous healer named Donovan Ainsley in the Vikapura. Do you know?
I believe I've heard the name, but I've never visited him. I'm not sure where he lives.
Did I not find that out for you, my friend?
I think we...
I'll check.
Okay.
I'm sure there are people there who would know, but I've definitely heard the name. I just...
We knew that the map maker from Tuk-Tuk was traveling up here to get to Navikapura. He was escorting somebody. You haven't run into him, have you?
Not that I know of.
So taking a different path.
Maybe, yeah, that's true. And then I'm finding out Graven.
It's alright. We
There's a
have
lot
plenty
of
of time to
things.
talk about this. Thank you. I'm actually going to walk over to the people selling rope.
Oh yeah, he's selling like basic adventuring supplies. Got some rope, some...
Is it the same guy?
No.
Oh,
a different
okay.
booth, but
Okay.
yes. Yeah, he's got like a lot of this classic adventuring supply stuff. But was there something you...
Basically, just want to replay because I have 2 climbing kits, and one of them we lost the rope.
Yeah.
We got it.
When
Yep.
we
Maybe we
rescued
lost both ropes.
Beezaura at no golden cost to her. So I want to basically replace the 100 feet of rope for that climbing kit.
I have that somewhere. Rope. There we go. It's just 7 silver for a length of rope.
For 100?
It's 50 feet for a length of
So I'll
rope.
do 2 of those.
Okay, great. So 1 gold, 4 silver for
1 gold,
2
4 silver.
50-foot ropes.
Okay.
Well, unlike Tuk-Tuk, anything exciting happening in Navikapura right now?
I'm not sure what I'm particularly looking for.
Oh,
Again,
well-
I'm not terribly familiar. I just go to visit Gemma, who's an old friend of mine.
No, of course, well, coming from Tuk-Tuk, that's the expectation that we have when we walk into towns now, so...
I spend most of my time either with Gemma or the Upa Ale House, which is in Bow Myrtle. It's a
Orba Ale House?
It's a good bar if you're looking for a drink.
If we're looking to rest any place?
They have lodgings there as well, yes.
Oh, okay.
Upa?
Upa?
In Na
Okay.
Upa. Not Upa, Navika West.
Oh, got it.
Upa Ale.
Well, I hope you make it home safely, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for the map.
Of course, yes. If you happen to see Gemma, pass along your appreciation for the map. I know that she takes great pride in her work.
Yeah, of course. Orba's gonna see Graven off by himself, and she's gonna walk over to him. Graven, did you see the fancy clothes? Do I need to... I'm delivering something to a very fancy person. Do I need to look nice?
Do you know this person?
No. But I would imagine, based on how I know him, we might be fancy. Is that customary if I'm delivering something? Should I look presentable and not like this?
If it were me, I wouldn't waste too much gold on it, but...
Yes, perhaps I'm not
If it would
asking the
make
right person.
if it would make you more confident,
No, I
it could be
think.
worth it.
She's
Oh, but if you don't mind me offering
She's
unsolicited.
talking to Graven.
It's like erectile dysfunction meds. It's like, if it'll give a pep in your step.
Should I ask somebody else? I don't want to ask Erland. He's gonna say, yeah, I gotta be fancy.
I think if you hold yourself in a fancy way, you could... Don't waste too much gold.
Okay. No fancies. Okay. Thanks.
I think you look fine.
Fine.
You look very presentable,
Maybe I take a bath.
perhaps.
Okay, I take a bath.
Spill some blood on your knuckles.
yeah.
And your fingernails.
Life's blood, and yeah.
Okay. take a bath.
Good talk.
And you can see that guy who's selling the fine things is kind of like keeping an eye on you guys. He hasn't like flagged you down or anything, but.
Orba's gonna immediately do a 180 and start walking.
Does it seem like
class.
we're just like a mark? Does it seem to be like a look of like, ooh, these people are marked for selling, or does it seem to be like a mark of recognition?
Give me a perception check.
God. Don't be recognition.
13.
More of the mark for selling. You don't necessarily get that malicious look. I mean, you guys, aren't necessarily around here a lot. So if it was someone who's here all the time, you may be someone they haven't seen. Combined with the fact that you guys are well armed, you look like you have traveled and aren't just like some random merchant, passing by. You look like, you look like you buy things sometimes.
Look so dull.
He sees her bulging money.
Yeah.
As you're noticing him, Orba's going over, walking over. Hi,
Hello.
you have really pretty things.
You all look like enterprising types.
Guess so.
Headed to Navikapura for business? Looking for something to impress?
Well, it would be nice to be impressive, but yes, it's more practical, our reason for traveling north. So, but it's very pretty.
Yes. And you look, there's a number of sort of fine scarves, some robes, some nice like thin pairs of gloves that are, more decorative than, functional. Some nice belts as well.
None of them are magical, I assume, yes?
What are you looking for?
I don't know. What do you got?
Oh my god.
I have a few items that perhaps you could take a look at.
Oh my god.
Get yourself a girdle.
That'll impress them.
That'll do it. That'll
Have you
really
guys seen my girdle?
Girdle? Please.
A few pieces of jewelry that serve more than just a visual function.
Really?
As well as and he takes out this very sort of small looking, kind of like an urn, like small, that sort of has a little cap on the top of it. All of these have particular interesting qualities to them. She shows you a ring, two kind of necklaces. One of them has these like little small red beads. Another one kind of has, it's not like a heart, but it looks like a piece of reddish stone that has like a heartish shape. And then, so he has the ring and the bobbly necklace, and then the one with the sort of heart-shaped rock, and then the urn. So he's showing you those items. Is there anything in particular that you might be looking for?
Well, I do know that my companions and I have a pretty diverse set of skills, so we're always looking around for things that might help us.
Perhaps I could tell you about them.
Yeah!
And he does so.
Yeah, tell me.
Oh my god.
Ooh!
5 million gold.
Do you want me to read them, or?
Sure, if you'd like to.
Okay.
We don't have to all pass them around. You can go ahead and read.
So is the cruel loop a necklace?
That
or
is a
bracelet?
ring. That's the
That's
ring.
a ring. Okay.
Yep.
There's a ring that requires attunement. Once per long rest, you may re-roll the damage for a critical hit and choose to take either the first or second result. Ooh, that's fun. Limit-breaking beads. This is a necklace. It looks like it has 2 spell slots. Yeah.
2 uses. But
2 uses,
yep.
sorry. If you are attuned to this item and cast a spell of level 2 or lower, you can choose to use the energy from these beads instead of using a spell slot.
What?
It's basically just 2 extra spell slots.
Go ahead and keep reading.
Oh.
So, yes.
Once you have used both of the
Yes,
items'
then you
artificial
die.
spell slots, the item is permanently destroyed.
Yes.
So you can keep using a oneer, right?
No,
No, it doesn't
After
ever
you
refresh.
use, it has 2 non-refreshable spell slots that you can use, as in place of a spell slot.
Still pretty good. Like, you run
Depends on how
yourself
much
dry
money it
and
is,
you're
though.
like...
In an emergency, you have 2 spell slots that
Yeah.
do not take a spell slot. Yeah.
The urn, the incense in this urn takes 1 minute to light with a tinderbox or equivalent item. Any creature that stays within 5 feet of the urn and breathes in the vapors for 1 minute inflicts maximum roll damage on their next successful attack roll.
So you all can crowd around the urn, sort of breathe in the calming vapors, and then on your next hit that hits, you get max damage on that roll.
Wait,
How
you
long
can use
is
that
it?
in combat?
Well, it takes time, so you have to kind of do it
You have to,
before
do it
combat.
But
Okay.
like, you could...
It has a duration. Yep.
The benefits wear off after 1 hour or 3 unsuccessful attacks, whichever comes first.
Oh gosh.
So like,
I
if we
know
had
which
been
one
going
came
into
first
that
for us.
battle earlier,
Yeah.
And
we
you
could have
would
all
use-
been like,
Incense.
On Marijuana Appreciation Day, we pass the urn around.
Fucking-
Yeah, we have to get it. It's Marijuana Appreciation Day.
So you get 3 attempts to get the max damage, and then the effects.
and it doesn't matter whether it's a melee or a spell or a saving throw. It's just max damage.
It's what it says.
Maximum damage on their next successful attack roll.
Attack roll, so it can't be a saving throw. It has to be
Okay,
an attack
but
roll.
inflict wounds.
It can be a
like
spell attack, melee attack, ranged attack, any of those. It can't be
a saving throw.
It can't be a saving throw. Yeah.
Ooh, if I did like inflict wounds, on
Yeah.
like
What's the
second
maximum
level,
damage on that?
I would do like 4d10.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Or
oh my god.
wait, no, fireball
40.
is a saving throw, right?
That's a saving throw.
Yeah, this is
40
a melee
maximum
spell
damage.
attack
Yep,
with
it would work on
3d10, and if I did it on level 2, it would be 4d10.
So do
So I could do 4. I could just be like 40 damage. yeah.
And it still takes a spell slot if you miss, but the
Yeah.
effects don't wear off. You could still use it
Holy
again.
shit.
Pulsing Charm, which is the last necklace. After finishing a long rest, you gain 5 temporary HP.
After a long rest?
What you were just asking about.
You just basically get an extra 5 hit points that doesn't matter.
Dude, just imagine walking up to like, guys, the guy at the ballista, I'm like, guys, I got this. Walk up.
Holy shit.
Well, these are very interesting, sir.
Anything that stands out to you?
All of it. How much does the urn go for?
That's 350.
That's a fair price.
Is that a one-time use thing too?
3.
It has 3 uses, and it uses the incense in the urn. Presumably, if you were to find a place to refill it, it would cost less than the initial cost because you already have the magic.
Oh, I can refill it.
Yes.
Oh.
So it has uses in it, and the next time you go to
Right.
refill it, you have to find someone who can refill it with magic.
Yes.
You know the magic. But it would cost less to refill it than to buy it initially.
Just out of curiosity, the urn, the ashes within the urn, how common are those supplies?
Difficult to find, but not impossible. In some of the major cities, you could find someone with magical expertise enough to make it for you.
Okay, that's very interesting. How much for the cruel loop?
And that goes for 250.
250, 350. Limit. Just tell me them all. What about the breaking beads?
The beads are 400,
Wow. Yeah.
and the pulsing charms 225.
Interesting.
How much was
What's that?
How much was the urn?
It's
350.
350.
250, 225, 350, 400. 400 even?
400 for the beads, yeah.
That's the spell slot one.
Yeah, the extra.
Hey guys! I'm gonna just. Oh. There's this really pretty scarf over here.
Yes, come take a look at my scarf.
Oh my god.
Can I tell his lie?
Yeah.
Guys,
Yes.
there's some really cool stuff here. That's not just fancy things.
Okay.
We're
Magical.
you in the market for fancy things?
Maybe, I don't know, but magical stuff. There's magic stuff here. Graven.
And I'll like break down all the stuff.
That's some really cool things.
Yeah.
I barely
I
have enough to
regardless-
feed myself at this point.
can't afford,
I
much
can't afford
right now.
anything.
Take out a loan.
Why are you guys
like
also
Yeah.
poor?
interest on.
Those sound useful, and I just
They
can't
do
afford
sound
them
useful.
right now.
Yeah, no.
Oh, you guys are a lot of fun.
Well, look, if we
Is there anything you
obviously I
absolutely
will
need?
help you pay for something if you really want it.
Oh
but-
no, I was excited and wanted to share with you all of these
No,
wonderful
I mean,
things. I can
they're
afford my own
great.
things.
Okay.
It is very exciting. And just,
All of us
you.
are like, no.
For validating my feelings.
if there's something you really want, then
Well, there's things that would benefit the party.
No, I mean, the thing that seems to me to be the most sort of, bang for your buck would be maybe the urn, I suppose.
Yeah.
Sounds
Because
right.
you can get multiple uses out of it, but obviously 350 is indeed a pretty penny, so...
It's really
I can
cool.
give you about 10 gold.
You don't gotta give me stuff. I just. It's really cool. I really like it.
So, why did you come over here originally? Because it wasn't to buy this.
Well, I was asking Graven if I needed any fancy clothes.
Okay.
That's all.
Do you need fancy clothes?
I don't know.
We have those as well, of course.
Those I
Clearly.
imagine are cheaper. So.
Just in case we ever wanted to go anywhere in the Vikapora.
Right. Well, if we did want to go anywhere, then, you know, it would be probably behoove us to, you know, look nice.
I would think that if you were to spend your gold, Tiefling, it would be best suited to perhaps these rarer items.
Yeah.
We can always find nice clothing other places.
Though this
Not
is
clothing,
not
but-
certainly not of this
Of course.
No, of course not.
Sure. What? What?
Just curious how much gold you have.
Well, I was going to...
I too am curious.
Let me look in your phone.
If I wanted to buy the urn, I would be 29 gold short to buy it.
Well, then you'd have absolutely no Orba.
What? I'd
That's
have
not
no money.
reasonable.
You'd have
But
no
you
gold
can't
left.
just, you can't just spend all your money. You've got to have money for food.
I got food.
One can always hunt for food.
If we all put
You're
in,
not helpful.
if we all gave her 10 gold, she would have some left over.
No, yeah, okay.
You don't give me 10 gold.
No,
I
well,
just-
yeah, look,
have-
we're all going to
You
use
need
the
more
item.
gold than you have, yes.
Yes, but I only need 29 gold, and then I would have no money.
Okay, that's not...
So we all give you 10, so that you might have something.
Orba, you have to... Orba, let us give you money.
If anybody wanted to give more than the 10, perhaps they would be open and welcome to.
Orba, I'm going to make you take it. I'm going to because I like you, and you're just going to have to learn. Sometimes people do things because they like you. I like you. So I'm going to give you 20 gold, right? And this is to help you fund this thing that we're all
20
gonna
gold?
use.
That's too...
Yeah, it's fine. You want the thing. You're
Here's-
going to get the thing.
Here's my 10.
I can give 10 as well.
Oh, well, hold on. I'm not
40
the
there.
charity case. 30 gold is enough.
That's 40 they just handed.
So I just
Yes,
gave you...
I'll give her 10 gold.
There, 50 gold they handed.
It's just like gold.
like,
all this gold.
Enough for a fine scarf, perhaps.
Oh, I think I'd get yelled at if I spent any more money on things that are technically not going to put food in my belly. Sir, this urn is amazing. And I really like it. And I'm going to buy it. From you.
From the guy with
From someone else.
You all look very capable, and you could put it to good use.
Anything else we should know about it?
Only that you must refill it after a few uses.
Where
Other
did
than
you get it?
I got it originally in Pachacutla.
Would it be possible to learn how to, you know, we have some spellcasters among us. Would it be possible to learn how to make this?
The incense?
Yeah.
You'd have to find someone willing to teach you. But perhaps, yes.
And when we have to buy a refill for it, do we have to be covert about it, or do people know
I
that it
don't think
exists?
so. Unless you're in a space where magic is frowned upon, but...
What are the technical items in the thing? What do I need to find?
It's like a special
Okay.
incense that he has. I mean,
I wanted to just ask.
Yeah, no, we'll say that you're aware of what you would need to. And if you showed someone this particular urn,
They would.
if it was a magic, they'd be able to identify the magical properties
Okay.
of it. That they'd be like, oh, I know what you need for this. Yeah.
Okay.
And it wouldn't probably be like insidious. You'd be, they'd be like,
The cursed
Everybody down!
No,
Sir, are you also familiar in magic yourself?
just trinkets.
Oh,
Does that seem true to me?
Make a insight check.
12.
It does seem true.
so if I were to ask how to charge a certain magical item, you wouldn't know how.
Charge it how?
Well, it's this piece of thing that I don't really know how it works, but I found it, and she's gonna pull out the sending stone.
Okay.
Just found it. Don't know how to do it.
I have not seen an item exactly like that before. I would look. You're heading north?
Yeah.
I would try Celis. It's a wizard in the big world.
Yeah, okay, I've got the whole list of things for that man, apparently.
Oh.
Oh, do you know the Goliath that sells gibbering
Mouth or Dregs.
I believe I've seen him around.
Yes. Well,
It's my understanding that he's not welcome anymore at the Garrison.
No, apparently got in trouble. But I bought a couple of those for Celis as well. So
I was not aware that Celis wanted Mouther Dreg.
Mouth or Dregs. Yes. I don't know. They're kind of gross, and she'll like pull one out.
I agree.
They're pretty nasty.
Fairly gross.
Okay, so maybe he'll know. Okay. Well, thank you. That was wonderful. What a wonderful item.
And he motions to kind of his fine guy. Nothing else? Nothing for you? Just you?
How much are those scarves?
The scarves.
How much for a scarf for someone who has just bought a very expensive item from you?
8 silver.
I can take out 4 silver.
No, don't do Orba hits your hand.
Fine.
That's okay. That's very nice of you, though.
Alright.
I should
won't
just get
push.
a pair of boots that actually fit. That's kind of on my list.
We have boots as well.
Of course you do.
More boots for an occasion rather
Yeah.
than travel.
No, I should probably
I don't
get
think
some.
this is the occasion, exactly.
But you're very nice. What's your name?
My name is Anzolin. Anzorlin. Anzolin.
And where the f did my notes just go? And where are you usually just in the Garrison?
I come here rather frequently, but I travel quite a bit.
Are you from Pachacama, where you found the urn, or?
Originally, yes, but I don't make it there quite as much anymore.
Oh, why is that?
I find the eastern coast to be more peaceful.
Interesting. That's not a good sign for us.
Headed west, are you?
Oh, no, just if the eastern is the peaceful side. It's been a long week. So, anyway. Okay, well, it was really lovely meeting you. Thank
Happy
you
to
very
do
much.
business with you.
You really don't want anything fancy?
Do I seem like I want something? No, I don't.
No. Okay.
I have a dress that would look very smart on you.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. Safira just kind of like, yeah, and just turns away.
Alright, goodbye. Take one last
Enjoy
look
your
at
travels.
everything.
Let's get moving.
Okay.
Can we get moving a bit? Out of here.
Huh?
Let's go.
Okay. Sorry.
I'm ready to get out.
Erland starts to lead
Sure.
the way out.
You guys start to move towards the north end of Leopold's Garrison. That's where we're going to take a little break.
Oh my god.
As we finally breach the northern side of Leopold's and head further north. That's where we're going to take a little break. We'll come back. Thank you as always for joining us. A little bit of shopping, a little bit of
Tasty.
Yeah, a little
Right.
taste test.
How are you guys not more excited about this amazing item I just bought?
It's cool. Yeah, everyone was like, yeah.
Safira contributed 20 gold for that item. She's nicer.
While they settle their
excited when
debts.
it's
Because she
40.
likes you better than everyone else.
We'll see you guys on the other
wants
side
one.
when they settle their debts.
Huffing over this urn,
Yeah.
everybody else can go fuck themselves.
Happy and appreciate weed day.
also-
Here at that.
Wait.
Oh,
what
yes,
about-
yes.
Somebody did bits. I have to scroll so far to get
gosh.
there. FNAF also subscribed with Prime. Sorry, I missed that.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Subscribe.
Had Maniac 88
Oh my gosh,
subscribe.
wait.
Dead Heart
my
84
goodness.
gave 1,000
Thank
bits.
you
Wow,
so
thank you
much.
guys.
Have Maniac, thank you for your sub. Everybody, thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. We really appreciate it. And
Kasumba rated.
Oh yes, because
you guys enjoyed the shopping portion of this episode.
Right.
Then we'll get to the other stuff.
Just wait.
Just you wait.
You always gotta be well stocked. You guys bought all the potions.
We did.
Yes.
After that last comment,
That last
everyone.
comment, I was like,
Yeah.
please help.
All right, we'll be right back. We'll see you on the other side.
Thanks.
68. Stripped down and out, our friends begin the assault on BZ's rivaling pawn chaser and his company. First by ambushing the operator of one of the scorpions positioned above the strip mine.
We got him!
Crumples to the ground.
Guys,
That was all happening
successful.
simultaneously.
Calm down.
Did it calm down? There's like
It is indeed not over, and their advantage swiftly fizzles out.
And they sort of seem like they're having a quick panic discussion. They all three pull out little potion bottles.
Oh my god.
The three here.
What?
And they all...
Are they Mike
hot
and
juicing?
juicy? Or hot juicy?
Do we think it's Mike and it?
Maybe!
What is it?
Do we think it's Mike and
I don't know.
Probably.
grows to twice
Holy
his
God,
size.
Erland's new scorpion toy is quickly destroyed by the opposing ballista, forcing Erland to run ahead of his friends and gain control of that one instead.
But he heard kind of the activity from up above, and he reaches into his bag,
Oh shit.
and he kind of loops a bomb up to the top. And he's already taking out another bomb. The fire damage hits him, and he sort of tries to throw it away. Yes, he's gonna make a dexterity saving throw.
With bombs flying in every direction, enemies enlarged, and a party spread thin, our friends start to stumble. I'm gonna take a healing potion.
That is
I'm gonna go down.
4 slashing damage.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm just gonna get down into Safira's bag and administer a heal.
2d10.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Oh.
That's not normal. I quit.
It's 2 ones! If anyone needs to jump, I can catch you!
I can't, like, use my movement to literally back Orba up behind me.
You can pull an ally.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna pull her behind me then. I'm gonna pull her behind me
It
and...
takes an extra 5 for each 5 you
gonna
move.
drag her down with you.
Yes, I am. I'm gonna literally pull her behind me and pull her off the rail and say, Graven, catch!
Meanwhile, Erland is hard at work at the scorpion.
11 to hit.
11. Is that a? No, it's the assistant that misses.
Just gonna blow this stupid fucking angry man.
Anytime now, Erland! Anytime!
15 to hit.
15 misses.
It's plus 6, yeah?
Yeah.
Nuts to this. I'm jumping.
Then the real trouble begins.
It's 10.
10 misses.
14 to hit.
14 misses.
If he rolls anything more than a 1, I'm down.
2.
Do we have any more healing potions?
I have 2.
Okay, thank
We're gonna be fine.
5 slashing damage for Orba.
Yeah, I'm down.
12 to hit.
That misses.
Jesus, God.
It's 10.
10 misses. 13 to hit.
Miss.
13 to hit.
Oh, hell
Flash of light.
But Chain revives, and Erland's fresh fists sustain the party until only one enemy remains.
And he looks over the edge and he sees all you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's right. Run!
Starts to run.
Can I run after him?
Erland runs off after the coward while BZ wastes no time and rummages through Darman's belongings, finding a small pouch tied shut.
And the first thing you notice as you go to open it up is there's a little piece of parchment actually on it. And you take a look at it, you turn it over, and it says Pindle, CSP number 8, Pachacom. His address that he gave to you back in Orange Chupa.
Oh my shit.
So she pulls on it and opens it up. And you dip it over and let them trickle out.
Multiple?
2 pawns and a rook with emeralds encrusted in the top.
Erland captures the runaway, and BZ attempts to question him.
I'm not gonna answer your questions,
You know you're going to die.
but I'd rather do it without helping you.
What's the difference?
The difference is, I die with a clean conscience.
Can I reach back with my flail and just swing at his face?
Our friends shake off their morning and night before and decide it's best to first get a long rest and then travel the full day to get to Navikapura.
You guys are off the road a little bit. It's bright daylight. It's not the middle of the night or anything to that effect. And that is where we're going to end for the evening.
Wow.
As we think about where we're headed, we're going to do a little bit of night travel here. For
Oh my
it's been a
God.
while since we've done some.
We haven't done night
gonna
travel.
throw
I don't
off
think
our
ever, have
entire
we?
sleep schedule.
I guess when you
Wake up.
This is critical.
No, let's do it.
At like 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
We travel for 24 hours to 7 p.m. again, and then go to bed that night in Navikapura.
Right.
It's nothing's
24-hour
off.
trip? It's a 24-hour trip?
Probably a little more than 24
Yeah.
minutes.
So we get there as it's becoming night.
I was just worried about our sleep schedules, guys. I was worried about our circadian
This
rhythms.
is perfect for us.
What other pawn chasers are working against Beezaura? Will Graven resist the temptation to help Booraj? Have our friends 100%ed this particular area of the map? Find out next time on Tabletop Notch.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for your patience, and welcome back to the journey. Before we dive back in,
Galathar sub, thank you so much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate
We
it
really
greatly.
appreciate
I want to shout out.
in an act that feels entirely foreign, you exit out the north gate of Leopold's Garrison. A few sparse dots of lantern light making their way toward you. Travelers looking for respite, who've carefully planned their route to arrive at the garrison at nightfall. It's mostly just silhouettes against the dark sky, but you can tell that the terrain will not be quite as flat and even as the stretch from the Ackley Grove to Leopold's. The hills get taller and the trees more abundant, but the road itself still carves out a comfortable path through. After a few hours, you've settled back into the rhythm of travel. The group less clumped up, kind of riding comfortably at your own pace. The path bears to the right a bit, and it meets up with a small brook that you ride alongside for a while. You can hear the water kind of babbling beside you. Hardly a raging rapid, likely one of the many small offshoots of the Tana Circa that trickles through the northeast. It's at about that time, with the moon providing a decent bit of light, that you see a figure coming in the opposite direction. It's not the first that you've passed by since leaving the garrison, for sure.
Yeah, settle down, guys.
But it is the first one in a while. There's been a little... oh, I did the old... Psych! And the person is seemingly sprinting on foot.
Okay.
He's elven, if you can guess correctly by his features. And he looks frequently over his shoulder, where you start to see a collection of warm dots.
Oh, good.
Lanterns or torches
Oh, good.
held by pursuers on horseback in the distance.
Got a mob.
He's running kind of in your direction.
Can I take out my spyglass and
You may.
take a closer look?
Sure, give me a perception check.
Nat 20.
Oh.
Quickly take out the glass. Get a good view of him as he's kind of coming towards, a little bit of light behind him, both from the moon and the torches. He's on the younger side, maybe in his mid-late 20s. Wispy silver hair. He's got kind of thick eyebrows. Certainly not someone you recognize, or has any kind of clothing that indicates necessarily an affiliation of any kind.
And the people following him?
And the people following him, you get a good look kind of past him as they're sort of just cresting a little bit of the hill in the distance. They're wearing armor accented with black and purple.
Broken Crown?
The colors of the Broken Crown.
Broken Crown are all throughout Anti-City.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mostly in and around the cities.
Yeah.
Yes, but yes, stationed all throughout it.
Would we know if Navigapura is a large enough city to... Because there wasn't any Broken Crown in Mukmu, for example. Would we know if Navigapura is a large enough city that Broken Crown might have a presence?
You know for a fact that they do. You talked to...
Oh, yeah.
To
Amari.
That's
right. That's right.
Lieutenant Colonel Warber was the Broken Crown, head of the Broken Crown in Navigapura.
Do we want to help out the Broken Crown?
What do you mean?
Well, that man's running from the Broken Crown.
Well, we do have a proof of esteem, so...
We don't really need to help.
No, I mean, yeah, but perhaps we should help the Broken Crown. Depends on that.
Who knows? Why is this?
I'm gonna give you guys a little timer. You have a moment, but he's running towards you.
I mean,
You're saying capture him and turn him into the Broken Crown.
Or just stop him until the Broken Crown catches up with him.
I'm inclined
That's
to
not
at
the
least
situation.
first ask him why he's running.
Well, he's not going to
He's
stop
not
and
going to
answer
stop
you.
and answer you.
I guess we either have to cut him up.
Being friends with the
Cut
Broken
off.
Crown in Navigapura would be a good thing.
Let's get him. Long enough.
And he kind of is getting close to you guys, and he runs up, and you guys are kind of prepping a little bit, and he holds up his hands. 400 gold if you don't tell him where I am. And he goes over to the brook over to the right, and you see him take a potion off his belt, pop it, and you recognize that you can see the bubbling liquid. It looks like a potion of water breathing. He downs the potion, and then sort of falls into the river, and he pushes himself down below the water. And there's a moment here where you can see the dots coming on the people on horseback coming by.
Well.
So you have another moment here before the riders approach you.
Well, listen, I think 400 gold is going to get us a lot more than friendship with the Broken Crown, which we already probably have.
Let's perhaps see what he did. Let's not give our hand away.
It's going to be...
Isn't
If we're
it better to be
talking
on the
in
side
terms
of the
of
Broken
usefulness
Crown
to
than
us.
get some gold?
I think playing dumb here about everything is the option, and don't... ask too much, otherwise you give it away that we obviously know what's going on.
Yes. Yes.
We play dumb.
And
This is not our fight. Either side.
They're riding a little closer.
Oh gosh.
The gold is a bonus.
Okay, well, we do have to get our story straight. Which direction did we see him run off in? We saw him.
He cut into the woods as soon as he saw that we were here.
Okay.
In which he went off, let's say...
Yeah, the
facing him,
river
he went off.
is west of you.
Okay.
So
So-
he headed, to his right, because he was coming the other way.
So we'll say that he split off to our right, his left, when he saw that how close we were.
And why didn't we go after him? We had no idea what was going on.
Why would we go
Let's
after him?
leave it
We
at
have no
that.
business.
Getting a little
him.
closer. It only takes another minute for the group to come a little more into view. You see the light from their torches illuminating the black and purple accents on their armor. There's 5 of them, led by a clean-shaven human man with a tousled brown hair. And at first what looks like an eye patch, but you actually see the whites of his eyes, and it seems like he has a black tattoo that sort of goes over his eyes. You can see the eye through the black tattoo, but it covers all of the kind of skin around his eye. And he sort of rides up. You there! We ride in search of an elven man, grey hair. We were close on his trail. Did you see such a man pass through?
There was somebody sprinting towards us on this path, yes.
Can you tell us which way he headed?
It was hard to tell in the dark, but I believe he split off from the path in that direction.
Which way do you point?
The opposite way.
The opposite way. They went.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is he dangerous? Do we need to be careful traveling?
I apologize. I mean no offense, but this close to Leopold's, it is difficult to distinguish friend from foe.
Right. Okay.
They start to pull their way, heading.
But we are safe, sir.
As far as I know, yes. He shouldn't be trouble to you. It's running from us.
Understood.
Fan out a bit. Take a look along the line.
I can ask a question because this is not like we use it up. This just lets them know that we're on their side.
Yes,
correct?
presumably they do not. Yes.
We are friend.
Holds up his hand. How is Amari?
Good.
Right out, and he sort of motions to 2 of them, and 2 of them take off, but he stays there.
How long does a potion of water breathing last?
An hour.
Okay. Perfect.
He starts like
Oh,
bobbing.
He's just under
He
there
starts
like...
bobbing his head up. He's like,
Yeah. Coming from the garrison,
Yes, we were passing through and saw Amari.
and you helped out Mr. Magaman.
Yes,
Thank you for your service.
of course.
This man, Mr. Atling, he acquired the names of some undercover members of the Broken Crown who were working on infiltrating certain operations in Navikapur. I'm afraid that I can't go into much more detail than that. But suffice it to say, it would be bad for those men's safety if those names were to reach higher member rankings of the Gentle Void.
Is that what that man is, Gentle Void?
We believe that to be the case, or at least looking to gain the favor of the Gentle Void.
Better get him before he gets to the garrison.
That is our hope, yes.
All right. Is he dangerous? Do we need to be worried?
Again, we only fear the information that he holds, not his person.
Well,
Good luck.
good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service. And he starts to ride. They fan out in the direction that you point.
Oh, that feels horrible.
Why?
He has information about people trying to do some good.
You don't necessarily know that. Just because, I mean, you don't.
Total chance that we came across this at all.
and you're supposed to wait an hour for him to come out of the water so he can give us
I think
400
we can-
gold.
You could go get him.
We can wait just a few minutes and make sure that they've gone, and then...
Do you...
What? You wanna kill him and take everything he's got?
What? No!
Graven's like, I know what you're thinking.
I know that look in your eye, Beezaura. I see that grip on your flail.
I'm never really in favor of helping the Gentle Void, but...
What do you want?
We should.
Raven's
If
eye
you're
doesn't
under,
seem too
based on where he jumped, if he's underwater, would he be able to hear a conversation?
Probably not. I mean, it's not like a raging river, but it's like if you're underwater, that's very
I believe the name of. I believe if we could get the names from him, would be more significant than 400 gold.
Why?
Why?
Because we're going to be in Navikapur, and if there are Broken Crown undercover and we're going to perform any sort of nefarious activity, I'd rather not do that in front of Broken Crown.
Yeah.
So you think he's going to give up this valuable information instead of 400 gold?
We could coerce it out of him.
I mean, honestly, our luck with that has not been stellar in the past.
Is there any magic that would perhaps help with that?
I could kill him.
That's
Well,
not Graven. That accomplishes neither of the things that we
I'm
would
just
help.
saying.
I know your skills. You have a great facility with death, but
I would be able to possibly try, but as soon as we try and we fail, that's it. No
Maybe-
gold, no anything.
Maybe a last resort then.
He's a bit at our mercy now. In any case, I don't think you need to use...
A bit of a last resort. We could always knock him out and take
And
the
the
gold.
thing
without
I
killing
fear is,
No, I'm not
is
talking
if
about
we
the
let
gold.
him go free, we'll also be names that he could...
Don't tell
faces.
him. Don't tell him our names.
Not names, but faces and...
But now I'm worried that he doesn't have the 400 on him and that he would have to go back to the garrison first.
Well, let's see what he says, and I think that the information that he has would be extraordinarily useful. We could,
Or
even,
we
per-
could just
we could even
go.
perhaps play coy.
I tend to agree. We are doing something. We're probably planning on doing some things that are illegal. So
Are we?
Are we?
What are we planning on doing?
I know we're not
That's
planning
Flora.
on it explicitly, but I'm just saying it's gonna happen.
We could
We're
also
not even
just
there yet.
keep on
Going to
going
happen.
and just forget about him.
Go get the boy.
We haven't broken the law in every single city we've ever gone to.
Paying attention to where the broken crown went off.
Totally.
They're out of earshot now.
Yeah,
It
you
seems
you
like
could see
they-
the torches kind of bobbing away, but yeah, they rode off.
I say we get him now before
Yes.
they start to come back and see that there's no tracks.
All right.
I'll go down. Suppose I'll do it.
Over to where,
like,
and
okay.
I mean, if you get really close with the moonlight, you can see like just below. He's kind of like he's holding on to some weeds and things to keep him down below the
I'll
surface of the water.
firmly, but not firmly,
Sure.
like literally like grab him
Sure.
and like.
You see the water kind of wash off. He's like, and he gives like a quick look around just to see if there's.
We've sent them on their way.
You've saved a life, friend.
Would they have killed you?
I don't know. I'm much obliged, though. And I'm going to be honest with you right away. I don't have 400 gold. I needed to save my skin. I'm sure you understand.
What did you do?
I have some information that they want. That they don't want to get out. But,
Who are you going to bring it to?
well, Captain Autry, of course.
Should we be?
What is the information?
Oh,
Just some clerical things. Activity in Vikapura regarding the docks. And
are you presently a gentle void, or are you trying to gain their favor?
I used to work at the Garrison, but fell out of favor with Captain Autry. I'm looking to get my job back. Used to pay quite well, and I'd like my money back.
What is your name?
My name is Pontus Atling.
Does that seem true?
Well, first of all, you heard
It's
Mr.
okay.
You already
Oh,
told us
right.
his name was Atling.
Got it.
So
Well, that's the
yes.
first honest thing you've told us.
What else would you like to know?
Well, if you have no gold for us,
I can give you 40.
40 gold.
then we would have the names of the undercover individuals.
I can't do that.
Here's the thing. As far as I know, Captain Autry, what you need is to look good in front of Captain Autry right now.
I do need that, yes. And I have
it's-
the means.
Yes, all right. And it seems to me that how successful they are at doing whatever they're going to do with the names is not entirely has anything to do with you. You're trying to gain favor with information.
That's true, yes.
All right then. By that logic, if you give us the names, it doesn't matter what happens afterwards. You'll still gain favor, and frankly, you'll be able to leave here with your life and be able to tell Captain Autry the names in the first place.
But if you tell someone about the names, then that might get me in trouble, is the problem.
We don't know it came from. They won't know it came from you.
Look, we protected you just now, didn't we? We
Yes,
don't have any
I'm
interest.
very grateful.
Right.
So I mentioned that. Much obliged. I am. And you can know that you did the right thing because the General Void represents the people in the north.
Oh, fuck off.
Look,
That's not why we did it. We did it because you promised us 400 gold. Now, you're not going to give us what you promised us, but you are going to give us something else. And you don't want to make me get any more cross than this? I promise you it's not fucking pretty.
It's not.
I believe you. I can give you 40. And I've got another potion of water breathing.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Here's the thing. It's only how long have we been traveling right now? It's only a couple hours to Leopold's Garrison, and it's several many more hours to Navikapura. So what I'm saying is, whatever you need, you're going to accomplish well before we even get to Navikapura. So even if we were to double-cross you in any way, which we're not intending, you would already have what you need.
But the problem is, it's information from Navikapura, so I have to get the information to Captain Autry, who then needs to act on it in Navikapura, at which point you will have already gotten there. See my problem?
At this point, I'm thinking about hollering to bring them back here.
Here's your problem, though. You're not going to make it to Leopold's Garrison unless you give us the names. And Erland's going to jump off his horse and try and grapple him.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Like, just want to get behind him so he can't move.
Give me an athletics check. 7 from him.
Shake down.
The gentle
dirty
boy.
20.
Sure. Yeah, you grapple. I see all you're saying. I understand. I do. But I can't give you the names.
Well, then it seems we can't let you live. And I'm gonna...
And he closes his eyes real tight. All right.
Can I kind of like?
And he doesn't seem to be flinching at all to that?
Not the moment.
He kind of opens one eye and peeks around.
I'm going to... Can I attack while grappling?
Yeah.
Well, can I? So if I had had a drow poison that I used to like tip arrows, that's gone, right?
It tips up to 3 arrows or something.
tips
Once
3
you do
arrows
that,
and then
it's
it's
gone.
done.
Yeah, it's used
Okay.
up once it's done.
Okay, that's enough.
Erland, I'm gonna look. He's being a piece of shit, so why don't we just knock him out and bring him to the Broken Crown? Say we caught him. Then that way we get benefit from the Broken Crown. This fucker doesn't scam us, and we leave. We're not going to get information out of him. If he'd rather die, then let's just turn him in.
I could sing your praises to the...
Yeah, we're not interested in your praises.
No, perhaps if we return him into the Broken Crown, we can get the names that way anyways.
They're not going to give us the names after somebody just stole them and
No,
they
they're
went
not.
through all this trouble to make sure that their
We're not
information
going to
was
get the names. The names, that may not happen.
I'm just going to look at both of you and shake my head behind him.
I work for an important gentle void in Navikapura. My praises would go a longer way than you think.
Does that seem true?
Make an insight check.
Who do you work for?
Mr. McKenna at the short ports.
Can I...
Yep.
14.
Yes, it does seem true. And Kelly Padan, who also works at the short ports. After my incident with Captain Autry, as it were, I was sent to the short ports, relegated, as it were, to work there until I could gain his favor back. So that's where I've been.
Would you be coming back to Navikapura as soon as you deliver this information?
Yes, I think I would have to.
What did you do to lose Bertha?
It's just, not showing up late to work and whatnot.
Does that seem true?
Yes.
No.
You don't even have to roll for it.
You showed up late. That's it.
Does it seem like you're in a particularly good position to lie right now?
What do you care why Captain Autry doesn't like me?
Because I'm trying to determine whether or not we're going to kill you, turn you in, or let you fucking go. So answer wisely.
At the Garrison, there's a catacombs underneath. There's a lot of valuables there. Sometimes people take them because they're valuable.
You're stealing. Okay.
Yeah, I stole something because no one was using it, so...
What was it?
What did you steal?
It was a necklace.
I'm assuming it was
Is
a much
he,
more...
can I hold him? Can I see if he's wearing a necklace? Like
He's
on
not.
the back of his neck?
What kind of necklace is so important to steal?
It's just valuable. It had gemstones in it. It looked like it was worth, quite a bit of gold.
They took it back.
Yeah.
Did they take it back? Can I tell if they took it back?
Oh, are you asking for
Yeah.
I thought you were just like, oh, did they? Make it insulting.
Scandalous. They took
15?
it back.
15. I mean, gives you no indication that wasn't the case. I mean, also you know that he got caught, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you do for Mr. McKenna at the short ports? And Kelly Padan, he said.
Loading, offloading boats. Usually the ones that head down to Erland.
What sort of supplies does Mr. McKenna deal in?
All kinds of supplies. The Gentle Void has probably the largest presence in Navikapura.
Right.
You don't have any favors, do you?
Not with me.
How about this? I propose we let this man go and do what he wishes to do. And then when he returns to Navikapura, we come and, I don't know. You get to pay off your debt in other ways.
That sounds great.
Of course it does.
Take that 40 gold.
Yeah.
And he's being
Yeah,
held there.
no, like as he seems to agree with that, I'll like gingerly let him go. Sort of give him a pat on the
It's like a
shoulder.
little soggy bag that was sort of in the water.
I think there's 42 in there.
Great.
Right.
See you at McKenna's then?
Short ports.
Short ports?
Ask for me. Ask for Pontos.
Would you
Well,
take
they-
like a day? Like a day or two?
Yeah, hopefully I'll just stop by the garrison and I'll head back north.
The Broken Crown, we sent them off, and I'll point in that direction. So
Don't go that way.
Yes, I'm going straight to the garrison.
Goodbye.
can you tell us, without telling us names, can you tell us perhaps where these Broken Crown operatives are stationed undercover?
I don't know that.
Oh, you just know the names.
Yes, I just.
And he starts to kind of like creep backwards. He
Run.
doesn't wait and takes off immediately.
I'm just imagining how terrifying it would be for that little guy.
You can hear his
to
like
hear
wet footsteps
run
come.
from Graven. Well, that was a pain in the arse.
Well, we can perhaps interrogate him in Navikapur once he's gotten what he needs.
Well, I suppose having someone lower down on the food chain indebted to us in the Gentle Void is not necessarily a bad thing.
And honestly, that's a way in with Mr. McKenna, who's someone we need to talk to
I
anyways. in all
know,
likelihood.
yes, I know.
Yes, I hope it's worth whoever dies that's trying to be undercover right now.
Well, we don't know necessarily that they're gonna die.
Well, I also assume that the Broken Crown, if they know that he has their names, have told
Have
whichever
they've
operatives
definitely
undercover
tried
to
to
not
protect
be
them.
undercover anymore.
Hope so.
That's true too.
Let's keep going.
8 gold, 4 silver a room.
Oh, thank you.
It was 42. You counted.
No.
8 gold, 4 silvers.
You open it up. It's like 2 silver.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Hop on the horse, start.
Yeah, start riding.
And you can see, like again in the distance, sort of the little dotted lights of torchlight as you see them searching through the woods to the east.
The night air fills your lungs, cools your faces. As you pass through this kind of large field between two patches of trees. It's been another couple of hours now, well into the night at this point. Because of the frequent changes in the elevation, this little pocket kind of makes you feel as if you've been swallowed up by the wilderness. In a comforting way, like a hug keeping you tight, covering your eyes and ears from that which lurks beyond.
I don't like it.
You're no longer traveling by the brook. You've kind of split off from it at that point. So with the exception of this kind of soft thumps of the horse hooves, it's quiet enough that your own thoughts ring out the loudest. A growing bit of anxiety and anticipation of where to begin when you finally reach Navikapura. Before you've quite reached the more forested area on the other side of this kind of flatter meadow, you spot a capsized wagon off the trail a bit to the east. And with how many people make the north-south trip on a regular basis, you're not necessarily surprised that it's the second bit of wagon trouble that you've seen since departing from the strip mine. But you are surprised to see that this one has nobody standing with it. It seems abandoned. It's possible the owner was traveling alone and had no choice but to abandon it, or it's possible it was attacked in some way, although you don't see any obvious signs of violence or a struggle, so it's a little off to the side. So you can continue to ride or check out this.
Does it look like it's been there long? Is there tracks still?
Give me a perception check.
Do it.
Okay. Perception. Ooh, 22.
Ooh, there we
We're
go.
actually really perceptive.
I know.
You do see some sort of deeper tracks as you get off the sort of the road that you're on. It's a little more like a dirt path at this point. You can see some deep marks in it where it looks like it was traveling along the path and then it kind of veered off and then collapsed onto its side. And what else were you looking for besides tracks?
Well, I was trying to age it. Like, are the tracks fresh, or does it look like those tracks were made?
Possibly. I mean, you know that just a couple days ago it rained when you guys were on your way through Hackaton, and it looks like they're deep enough that it might have been made when it was muddier. So within the past
last
couple days,
24 hours or 48.
2 days,
Okay.
yeah.
It's pretty recent. Should we give it a look?
I think so.
Yeah. May as well.
Do you want to detect for traps or anything? Can you? I can't detect magic either. At least not right away.
Can I,
Maybe
where
somebody
it's
with dark vision.
swerved off?
Yeah, just a little off to the east.
Can I sort of, can I see if there was anything, any prints in the road that, like, it swerved to avoid something? Did it...
Give me a perception check.
19.
19. That's not the impression that you get. It looks a little bit, just from the way, like in front of you where it veered off the road, it looked like either something just based on, some of them are deeper than others, like some of the tracks are a little shallower than the others. It looks like either a piece of it broke and it started to kind of wobble and sort of unevenly go off the track, or something like rammed into it that drove it off the track.
But
you don't get the sense that it was like riding along and something, they veered to avoid something. That's not the impression.
There's no obvious damage on perhaps a side that would seem out of place. You said toppled over?
Yeah, it kind of like veered off to the
Yeah.
side and then toppled.
Yeah,
over
so
to
like
the side.
aside from the sort of side that's obviously damaged from
Sure.
the topple, is there anything on the other side or on the axle that seemed like it's been...
No. That's been like damaged in a particularly...
Yeah, that
No.
would cause it to flip.
Not
The
necessarily.
axles look okay.
Yep.
Do you want to go look?
I want to take a look inside.
Sure. Yeah, start turn.
I'll get off my horse to do this.
Okay.
But the horse
Same,
sort of
yeah.
to the...
Is everybody walking up to
I'll
it? A
stay
couple
with the
people
horses,
staying
I
with the
guess,
horses?
if you want to look.
I'll proceed quietly as... I mean, I guess
Okay.
you're riding horses, so...
I'll stay with Orba for now.
Okay. And the other three approaching the...
I want to be... as I'm approaching, I want to be aware of any people, any movement, any sounds coming from...
Sure. We'll lump that in with your perception check.
Nice.
It's very quiet here. You don't get any sense of that. As you get a little bit closer, as it's sort of toppled over, you can see that maybe some of the contents of it spilled out. Not dissimilar to, I mean, his wagon was not over, but the guy who had all the healing potions, like the bed of the wagon which was tipped over, there's some contents that have spilled out. A few sort of sacks. One of the sacks is kind of torn and spilled out on the ground. It's kind of a number of thin, kind of wispy roots that look almost like clumps of ginger, but in a carrot shape. They're like long sort of clumps of a, hard, gingery looking root. Give me a nature check for the three of you that are walking up to the wagon.
Nature.
Who's walking up with us?
Safira, Erland, and Graven.
There's always going to be one.
0.
Oh my
1
god.
minus 1.
What
Graven's like, look at that rock!
Things
This is
grow.
a favorite terrain for you, is it? No?
No, we are not
no,
mountains.
not.
15.
15. As you sort of take a look, you've seen it before used in some kind of simple remedies and stuff. This is Ryath root. R-Y-A-T-H, Ryath root. And it's used in a lot of kind of tinctures and teas and things. It's sort of a medicinal kind of thing. And it has some sort of small healing effects if you brew it or sort of, prepare it in a way. It looks like this wagon may have been some kind of, someone who trades in vegetables and sort of maybe magic roots and vegetables. So, but that's the only, there's a couple other sacks, but that's the only one that's ripped open and spilled out. It looks like there's a couple others that are not torn yet.
Ryath root, does anyone know how to brew? I suppose we'd have to go to some sort of alchemist perhaps to get this brewed.
Or just a chef that
A
knew how to
chef.
prepare it, yeah. I mean,
I'll grab all the Ryath root and I'll put it in my saddlebags.
sure. Give me
Uh-oh.
give me a investigation check.
In that bag, yeah, or I guess.
Yep, just give me an investigation
Okay.
check.
22.
22. Give me 3d4. That's how many Ryath roots you find. 3d4
Oh.
based on your.
Can I open up one of the other sacks?
Sure. While he's doing that, yeah. Let me just let him finish that.
4, 7. 9.
Great, so you find 9 sort of intact of these rye fruits. We'll say that like the sack of the ones takes up probably a medium slot. They're decently big, like that many of them.
Someone's in combat.
Please get this out.
No, I got my saddlebags.
You have to walk to the horse, though.
Oh my
I'm gonna walk very slow.
So Graven goes and he opens up one of the bags that had not been torn open yet. And inside, you recognize these because you've seen them rather recently. There's a number of plamba fruits in here. Some of them looks like they may be kind of bruised or rotten from sitting out here. Give me an investigation check.
Oh my goodness. Of
I hope
course.
it's better.
While
than
they're
that
rooting
last.
around, can I ritually cast detect?
You may, yes.
A dirty 1.
Dirty 1. You may roll 1d4 and
Ugh.
get that many
My
plamba fruits.
plumbers.
I'm
My
sorry.
plumbers, Graven.
A
He can get
D4.
4 if he rolls well.
Well, we know how that story ends.
So as you're rooting through them, it looks like some animals have come by and munched on a few of them, perhaps.
1.
You get one intact plamba fruit that looks salvageable.
Someone's garbage.
You gotta be kidding me.
It looks like there are one more sack in addition to the 2, the root and that one more sack, and then kind of a little trunk that looks like it fell off of the wagon as well. Like a small one, not like a big, but like a little opens up.
Does it have a locker key? Does it open?
It looks like it has a lock on
Gonna try it.
it. Yeah, I mean, it looks
I'll look at the last sack as well.
okay. Open up the last sack. Give me a nature check.
Oh boy.
Look at my side.
Oh, all three. You can look at the bag that Erland has opened if everybody wants to open it up.
What am I supposed to be rolling?
Nature check. Yep, the 3 of you can roll a nature check.
Dirty 20.
13.
13. Safira, as it kind of opens it up, you've seen these before. These are Fravee flowers, F-R-A-V-E-E, Fravee flowers. And these are, again, a similar kind of thing. They're used in teas, tinctures, and things that provide a small sort of boost benefit. Nice. They can be. And who opened the bag, Erland? You
bag?
opened it, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Investigation check for me.
You know?
Good night.
Oh, it bounced back to me.
No, it's under Zoe's chair there on the right side.
Right side.
It's chaos.
It's my 1d20. Yeah, I got one right here.
Yep.
Deal with it in a second.
Jumanji.
What?
Investigation.
8.
8. You 1d4.
3.
You get 3 Fravee flowers, intact Fravee flowers.
3. How do you spell that?
F-R-A-V-E-E, Fravee. So, Graven, you have that kind of box in it, and you were kind of motioning to it.
I
Was it-
mean, I'm gonna lay it down, key side up, and
What are you hitting it with?
my mace.
Sure, yeah, take it with me.
Amazing.
Give me an attack roll.
Jeez.
It's 16.
You can give me a damage roll for that.
It's gonna be. It's 7.
7, great. And it kind of cracks a little bit, and the little metal part, the latch that was holding it, kind of ping, flies away.
Ooh.
Opens up. Open it up. And you open up the little trunk. And immediately as it opens, there's kind of a dull blue glow that kind of emanates from it. And inside are a series of kind of white, soft, round plants, almost like a large dandelion on a short stem. And Safira has a moment of recognition.
Oh no.
As she spoke to Jillian about this particular plant, which is common in the mountains. These are the, wait, why am I losing? Haskoob, there we go, the Haskoob. Jillian spoke to you about the Haskoob meadow in the mountains and asked you if we should travel through them, and you said no because you were worried about the possible hallucinogenic effects of them.
Yeah.
So Graven opens it up, and immediately the breeze kind of blowing through kind of, and some of the bits of it go up into the air. I need all 3 of you to make Constitution saving.
I don't want to trip.
So it makes you like.
It can make you hallucinate. Yes.
Constitution
Speaking of
saving?
Beezaura and appreciation today, that's fitting.
17.
Con save.
Constitution saving.
13.
Yeah, right?
13 as well. Oh no, 19. What am I talking about? 19.
Kind of blows up. Please don't hallucinate.
Would either of us recognize what the
You don't recognize the plant, no?
hell was that,
Does anybody
yeah,
recognize these?
Yeah, I do. You're gonna want to be careful with these. If you breathe them in, you're gonna hallucinate.
I'm just gonna drop it.
Oh, well, don't
I need you to make Constitution saving throws.
drop it! Drop it!
Just
You
close
stupid
it.
idiot!
You're holding a
Why
chest.
did you drop it?
Just
Safira's
close
why
the
would
lid.
you do that? Just close it!
It has a
You
lid on it.
Stupid idiot!
Put the
Oh,
lid
for
down.
fuck's sake! Oh, I just rolled a 2! Okay. A 4! 4! We're all tripping now! We all, well, 4. Cool.
Oh no!
Oh god.
It kind of fills your lungs with it. Kind of tickles on the inside of your throat.
No!
Breathe it in.
Still okay?
We have things to
we're
do!
not gonna know.
You don't know if it happens immediately, but
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay, no.
you can see. You saw
I
the little
see?
dull blue glow when Graven opened, and then when he dropped it, there's kind of a little
Okay.
blue
Hang
emanation
on,
as it
just
kind of puffs up into the
everyone stop for a second. I'm gonna put these things away, okay? And I don't know if this is gonna hit us or if it's gonna kick in, but the three of us, we might not be seeing well, and you are the only one now with dark vision that can see anything, okay? You're
They're not ready.
not over there.
Yeah, they stayed back with the
She
horses.
sees Safira pointing
they're not
at her
close
and
enough.
it's like,
I mean, you can yell to them, but they're
it's
not.
already hit her. She already doesn't know her.
She's pointing to no one. You and you.
She's like, we're gonna solve this, guys.
I mean, you could yell to them, but they're not like right there. next to you.
I'm gonna kind of like go down and try to like cover the
I mean, you can
plant.
close
and, like,
close the little crate. Yeah.
Would I know if these have any retail value? Like, can you sell them?
You can, yes. You know that they lose their luster after a week or so. So they've been relatively recently harvested.
Right. Okay.
But yeah,
so
they have
they
to-
lose their like
juice in them.
effects. After,
Yes. Yeah. After you've picked them, yes.
Are these recreational? What are these used for?
Are they?
Well,
Do I know this?
not for that really so much. I mean, you know that the military would use them as because they glow in the nighttime.
Yeah.
They would use them as landmarks and things to be able to identify.
I mean, no. Aside, they're used as like landmarks because they glow, but
And sometimes sort of wealthy or people who enjoy having a garden, they're very pretty. I mean, people like having them as a sort of.
I mean, they're ornamental,
Yeah.
they're beautiful, but unfortunately, they also have a side effect of causing hallucinations, which is fine if you're a gardener and you're just going out to enjoy your garden, but it's not particularly great if you're an adventurer.
Good. Hallucinating gardeners. Good.
Is it akin to a poison?
I mean,
Something that I could heal, if I could heal a poison.
I don't know.
I
Do
don't
I?
think you know the answer.
No.
Not familiar with healing magic.
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't. I
Can I?
Something I might be able to do.
Can I sort of proceed? That was all the stuff that had sort of fallen out, right?
Yep.
Can I proceed to the wagon itself and sort of take a look inside?
There isn't an interior like a carriage. There was a wagon.
I
But
see.
yeah, it's a
Can I sort of look around the
Give me an
wagon?
investigation check.
Oh yeah, I was imagining it like a closed carriage too.
That's
No,
not
it's
very
not
good.
close.
6.
6. You don't see anything else in particular.
Well, we've got
There are no. It looks like it's pulled by horses, but there are no horses and no dead horses. So it looks like maybe the person unhitched the horses and rode off, or someone took them or something.
well,
Let's keep
well,
an
we
eye on
can
each
carry
other.
on, but here's the thing. No, we cannot keep an eye on each other. It's going to be Beezaura and Orba's job to now babysit.
So what sort of is it auditory hallucinations, visual hallucinations?
All kinds of hallucinations.
I don't know. It could be
It affects
any-
different people differently.
Choose your buffet of different possibilities in terms of, warped perception, and yes, it does that. You hear something, we don't know if that's real. You see something, we don't know if that's real.
So if any of us see anything, we should confirm with the halfling or the tiefling.
Yes, 3,000%. We should be sandwiched between them for the next few hours.
Be
Can't even see in the
vocal
dark.
about anything.
Tiefling, perhaps you should lead the way now.
What?
Perhaps.
Are you ready?
Again, we aren't standing.
We're gonna go back to them.
We'll sort of head back.
So you're taking everything. Are you leaving the chest with the Haskub in it?
No, we're bringing that.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, we can sell it.
You can
It's
make a
quite
little
pretty,
holes
but,
or-
okay.
I've got room in my saddle.
That's a medium.
You have
size
room
well,
for it. I don't
the
have room
little
for it in
chest.
my
I'll
bag.
put it in my saddlebag.
I'm taking the other stuff and putting the what is the riot root and the
Yeah, the Riot root's a medium because those are larger roots. The other two are small. The one plum of fruit and the Fravi flowers.
Remind me how many slots? 6 slots in a saddlebag. Great. Yeah.
So, it was a medium-sized item for the.
for the Riot root.
No, the chest of.
Oh yes, the chest is a medium. Yes.
Chest of Haskub. Orba.
Huh?
Catch.
Ma!
Throw the plump of fruit.
Throw the Husky better.
Yeah, throw the Haskub.
Throw it down on the ground.
Honestly, that's what I thought you would do. Like, no!
Is there only one plum fruit?
Guys, we made it to New Vigapur and it's Leopold's Garrison. We made it.
Thank you so much.
That's for. We all might be hallucinating.
What?
In the next.
Okay, so we've encountered a bit of a problem. This is a flower. It's a nice flower. It's quite a pretty flower, but unfortunately the flower has a side effect, and that is we're not going to know it's real for the next few hours. We have no idea what's real. Oh, it's a nightmare.
Everything might be fine.
He dropped it. Don't look at me like that. He
Twice.
dropped it.
He dropped it twice.
He dropped
They're
it
not
twice.
hallucinating.
drop
You guys
it
aren't
twice.
hallucinating yet, though.
No, we're not full on over the moon right now.
Yeah.
No. We're not experiencing anything yet, but here's the thing.
Give
we
it
just
to me. Saddlebag.
We're just gonna have to basically you're our eyes and ears, okay? Anything that happens that we
I would
say
say,
can't be trusted.
Safira, I understand, but if nothing's happening yet, just let us know.
I
If you start
Well, the thing
I
is,
would say
we're-
that the
we're not
tiefling
gonna
should
know.
the tiefling should lead the way.
The problem with these hallucinations, right, is that you're not gonna know the difference between the hallucination and reality.
That is,
Keep in communication,
yes.
everyone.
Tiefling, would you like to lead the way, given that I might be potentially incapacitated here?
I don't really see a choice in the matter, so yeah, I would like to.
All right,
lead
I'll
the
be
way,
right behind you.
since
But I would
you're
say,
all-
Tiefling, why did I just call you? You have got to. By the way, she's got a name.
What's up?
Okay,
Okay.
I'm sorry, Orba. You got to lead because
Yeah.
you're the only one who can see.
A parrot. Yeah.
I'll be.
No, yeah.
I'll be right behind you.
I'll take the middle, then Safira, and you take up the rear and keep an eye on us, please. And thank you.
Beezaura can't see anything in the
How
dark.
long
Like,
does
yeah,
that-
definitely.
How long
gonna
does
run
this?
into horses' butts the whole
How
time.
long does this last, Safira?
It affects different people very differently.
Did I finish detect magic?
You did, yes, and you do not detect any magic.
Is it within 30 feet though? Like, should I walk
We
over?
could say that you walked.
Okay.
Yes, you did not detect any magic. If there
Okay.
was any, it was taken or whatever.
Did
yeah.
you find anything else over there?
Yes,
Yeah, quite a few things.
I collected some Rieth root, which is for healing if we find a chef or perhaps an alchemist. I also found just a little bit of frothy flower.
I'm unfamiliar with what that does, though.
Sort of, it's not. If you can ask someone who might know.
Yes,
that,
does
but
anyone know what frothy flower is?
It's not something that you guys know.
No.
All right.
But seemed to be some sort of herbalist, perhaps.
No sign of the owner of the carriage.
Okay.
Okay.
Follow me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Orba.
It's okay. My spyglass ready to go.
I'll be right behind her.
You guys start to move along. And as you're riding,
Can I? As we're riding along,
Yeah.
knowing that is there any way for me to sort of pull up to Orba and say something quietly to her?
sure. I mean,
Yes.
We don't need secrets while we're hallucinating.
Tiefling, do you remember the map you found in Grimari's office? Sorry, not Grimari's office.
Oh.
In
Where I thought
Marvin
it might
Bishop's
be
office.
Yeah,
Yes.
I do remember it.
Do you remember this? Do any of these markings, perhaps this, or perhaps something here? Does this anything look like what you remember?
I have my
Yeah, I remember
fake
you did the
drawing.
fake one.
Can I compare? I guess
Yes,
while I'm riding
right.
horseback. Sure. Okay. And I take it.
you have it, don't you?
Do I still have? No, you ripped up my copy. I haven't made one.
Oh,
Like, I
but
said
we just
Orba
made
did.
a
Yeah.
theoretical one.
Yeah, I
You
could
give it
write
a
one.
little look. Give me an investigation check.
Okay. Okay. 19.
19. You take a moment to kind of compare it over. You overlay it kind of with each portion of the map. You're pretty confident that that does not match up somewhere with that map.
It was good thinking, but
Just a hunch.
it was a good idea. The water side was nice.
Yeah, it
because
was just the
has the wall.
configuration of the sort of the squares seemed. I'll sort of drop back behind.
Yeah, sure. And as you're riding along, you hear another set of horse hooves. At first, sort of the five of the party.
Everyone hears
That
those
sounds
horse
like-
hooves? Does everyone hear those horse hooves?
Yes.
Yes, and
Beezaura and
high
Orba
people.
do not.
Fuck my.
Do you guys hear horse
I
hooves?
heard them too. We all three
Yes,
heard
the
them.
three.
Okay,
No.
No horse hooves?
Okay, well, just keep in mind that we're hearing things. Okay.
Or who doesn't hear horse hooves?
Orba and
For fuck's
Beezaura
sake, the
do not
only
hear-
people whose opinions matter.
So
are
Quiet,
theirs.
everyone
So having a
quiet.
collective hallucination? You're hearing horse hooves?
Yes.
You're hearing horse hooves?
Yes.
So having a collective.
Look, I'm not gonna trust the three of us who have just taken.
Having a collective, that's different than individual hallucinations.
Idiots, where's the sound coming from? Point.
Coming from the west a little.
Pointed.
I'll take out my spyglass and look west.
You don't see anything.
There's nothing.
We're gonna have to take their word for it.
And the horse hooves seem to sound like they're getting a little closer. And Erland and Safira and Graven look to the west, and you see someone approaching. Graven sees a young human, no more than 19, 20 years old. The patchy beginnings of a beard and long limbs that don't quite fit into his clearly second-hand clothes. Erland sees a halfling man sauntering up with a kind of loose-fitting robe, possibly intended for a larger creature, kind of hanging lackadaisically around him, not tied at the waist and exposing a thick, hairy chest in simple linen undergarments. And Safira sees a tiefling man in his late 30s, visibly muscular, even with the set of plate armor that covers much of his body, with horns that curl like a ram's, sizable, calloused hands that grip the reins in his lap. Graven sees the face of Holland. Erland sees the face of Blaumatula. And Safira sees the face of Rutza Furrow, riding from the west. How's it going?
Do you still live?
You coming back anytime soon?
Perhaps.
Still got my handkerchief?
I do.
Brought you good luck then? You still here?
So far.
You look good.
Why are you here?
Came to check on you, of course. I know I said I'd stay behind, but can't let you go.
It's not safe out here.
Yeah, I know. It's not safe for you either. But you're here.
Very few places are safe for me.
And you guys can, quiet. You can't hear exactly making out what he's saying, but you can hear Graven speaking to someone. So what's next then, eh?
Keep pushing forward.
Yeah. Me too. We were always like that. Helping each other out. What's wrong?
I don't know why you're here.
What do you mean?
Do you have a message for me?
No? You sent for me.
No, I didn't.
He thinks for a moment.
How's your training going?
I'm going to speak at a low volume.
You can't. It's obviously you're talking.
Yeah, no,
but
obviously
yeah,
I'm talking,
sure.
yeah. I've gotten better.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I don't think you told me all you could have.
That may be true. Perhaps you weren't ready.
Care to teach me anything now?
Who else have you spoken to?
I saw, fuck, it was Jahan, right? It was Jahan, right? And, give me 2 seconds for my notes.
Zerlin thinks.
Yeah.
The tiefling rides up. So, was it worth it? Coming all the way out here? Abandoning your men?
You're not real. I don't take insults from hallucinations.
I suppose that means you sent for me then.
I suppose that's true.
Little unfinished business.
Yeah. I think we do have a little unfinished business.
Your men are dying back there. You know that.
And I'm supposed to believe that you care.
I'm in charge of them.
Yeah.
All those men are in my care.
So then it's your job to save them from dying.
Every soldier looks out for their fellow men and women.
Right, so it's everyone else's fault. But yours.
Here you are. Halfway around the
No,
world.
you're right. A single deserter is the reason that your men are dying. Not you. I don't know why I'm arguing with you. You're not here. You're not real. And when you are, I promise you I'll kill you.
He thinks for a moment.
Beezaura.
Yes, I hear them talking to no one.
Okay.
They're like...
I spoke with Jar Harton in Tuktu.
Was he helpful?
He was. Taught me some breathing exercises that help focus the energy. He told me that I need to keep training these abilities you taught me, or I could perhaps die, so...
Haven't started to feel the negative effects yet then.
No, that's what Jar Harton said, was if I continue training in these breathing exercises, it could perhaps extend my life. I've learned 2 new things. One directly seems not strange, actually, given our training. One from consuming a plant, and another from telekinetically connecting with a myconid. So yes, I've learned a little bit.
I knew my plants could smell something in you.
I know you're probably not real, but I think you might be able to teach me something.
What is it you feel you're lacking?
New abilities. I already learned something. The myconids taught me how to make abilities that you taught me more powerful. They already taught me that. New abilities. I'm training these breathing exercises Jarl said could perhaps teach me some more, but I think you had more to teach me.
When you identify your weaknesses, you're able to see where you can improve your strengths. So tell me, what is it you are weakest at?
Well, I already have something that can heal me. You taught me that. So I think something that perhaps controls the battlefield more. I'm not the strongest, but I am the quickest.
Thanks.
So where are we going then?
Don't you know everything that I do?
You tell me.
If you are here, who is watching the farm?
You know that I can't keep the farm when I'm not there, or when you're not there. That was the agreement. You helped me with the farm, and I let you stay. It's difficult on my own. It's possible I had to sell it, but I think you knew that deep down when you left.
I am sorry.
That's all right. I'm looking for you now.
Stop.
I don't know if I can.
It's not worth it.
Always wanted to be part of something bigger.
It's only the people who get close to me. Only bad things come to them.
I think I know that not to be true.
How could you know that?
Ever since you showed up in my life, everything's better. he thinks for a moment.
So what then, Safira? Should all of the soldiers of Kira endeavor to be more like that man?
And he points to the other side of you. Warhorse has appeared on the other side. And pushing the helmet up out of his face. Well, I don't think everyone should be like me.
Is that what a man looks like?
I hate my own fucking head. Why? Yes, everyone should be more like, shut up, you creation of my mind. Why do you have to show? I did this to I'm so angry. I'm not even angry at you because you're not real. Shut up, shut up. She just thinks if she can keep saying shut up and it'll go away.
And Steve kind of looks over you over at Ruta. It's alright, she does this sometimes.
Why do you say that like you know me intimately, Steve? Like we've had any kind of... We knew each other for all of one day and you managed to screw me over, so I don't know why you're sitting there going, well, this is what she usually does, like you have any fucking idea. Why is this making me as angry as it is? I knew this was gonna happen. I'm so... whatever. Yeah, they should all be like, Steve, thank you for your input.
Sorry. And Steve starts to fade away.
You killed him.
I killed Steve.
Beezaura.
I only wonder what would happen if we were hallucinating, Orba.
I don't even know what's happening.
So, you learn these breathing exercises. Do one for me now.
So I breathe in, I hold the breath, and then I exhale with a constricted throat. So, and then I take the knuckle of my thumb and I'm pressing it into the lung under the rib.
Start to breathe.
He's shuffling.
Wanna get high? Let's get high.
Good. You want to control the battlefield, yes?
Yes, when I'm often first into combat, but like I said, I'm not the strongest, so something to either prevent attacks or control enemies so that I can get in, attack quickly, and either escape or hold enemies until my companions can arrive.
And you think you have this power within you if only you were able to unlock it.
I think so.
Make a persuasion check. Against yourself.
16.
Reach out your fingers. Both hands. Balance on the horse.
Yeah,
This
balance on
looks
the horse.
probably so hilarious.
Oh my god.
Focus on the spaces between your fingers.
I'm aiming away from Orba, by the way. So
I'm directly at Orba.
Yeah, I think he'd be saying you just want to point in front of that.
Oh,
So I'm maybe like slightly off to the side.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm looking at the space
Thanks.
bird out.
Thanks for the
and
thought.
impale her.
You have the ability to reach farther than you think. Reach as far as you can.
So reaching 5 feet.
Now reach further. Breathe.
Your sepsis level goes up by 1.
Oh god.
Again. Breathe.
This time I'm gonna roll my tongue like Josh showed me, and I'm gonna.
Give me a nature check.
Orba turns around like 6.
Your sepsis goes up by 1 again.
Again.
Same deal, I'll inhale with my tongue.
Give me another nature check.
You can't even watch.
16.
16. And as you breathe out this time, from between the spaces in your fingers, little tendrils of vines start to sprout out, and almost like, 4 additional fingers in each of those spaces reach forward and they curl at the ends. And then, as you breathe back in, they retract back into your hands.
Yes!
Motherfucker.
The back of that peels off and you can stick it on your thing.
Oh.
Craps.
And as Graven looks back to the side, Holland's disappeared. And as Safira shakes her head and looks to both sides, they've disappeared. And Blom disappears.
Can I speak to the nothing for a second?
Yeah.
Are you still alive? Damn it.
I'll speak out as well.
Sure.
I found my sister, and then lost her again. Do you know where she is?
Nothing. Beezaura riding in the back. You watch as everybody kind of quiets down. After a little bit, you hear all this kind of mumbling, a little bit of shouting.
Yeah. A little bit. Everyone's mumbling and Safira's just, ah!
Well, that was a bit of a show from back here.
Yeah.
Is everybody feeling alright?
Safira, these are hallucinations purely of our mind.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, it's the flower, but yeah, it's your mind and the flower.
There's
yeah.
no reality to them at all.
No, it's the flower. It's perception. I mean, perception and reality are difficult to distinguish if you don't know that your perception's being fucked with.
What did you see exactly?
I saw my mother.
Have you thought of her lately?
Not in a very long time.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that was pleasant for you then.
I didn't say that.
What did
Sorry,
you see,
but-
Safira?
An arse from my past. That's what I said.
Oh boy, episode title, Ass from the Past.
Graven?
The boy whose farm I stayed on when Jillian first came to us.
Wait,
I was in the carriage. I didn't meet him.
Yeah, only Erland
Only
and
Erland met
Julian.
him, yeah.
Erland put him in a headlock.
That sounds about right.
Wait, so you all saw people from your past?
Yeah, it would seem so.
Did he provide any... Were you just replaying old memories?
It's unclear if he had any information that I do not already possess.
He didn't. He came from your mind.
I suppose.
Wait, but I want to see people from my past. Can I sniff the flower when you guys are done being...
Maybe if we are off the road and we are in an inn and you
Yes.
are in a bed, you can sniff the flower, see if you see a loved one, but not on the road because that's dangerous. If we had been attacked
Okay.
just now, we wouldn't have been able to fight back.
Yeah, you were yelling pretty good, so we probably
Yes.
would have done alright.
Yeah, if I'd been attacked by the hallucination, I would have been fine because I'd be being
I-
attacked by my own mind, which is happening anyway.
Or what?
I agree with Orba. I would like to.
Okay, if
also-
you
Everyone's
guys,
like,
if you guys
"Yeah,
want to
it's-
take a sniff of the flower, we can do that, but we have to do it when it's safe.
Not now.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Orba.
You would know. I mean, I said this before. Its potency lasts, a bit of, based on when you looked at it when Graven opened the thing. It will last for a few more days, a couple more days.
Okay.
It does seem quite real. And it could be. It could be terrifying.
You didn't get to choose who you saw, or what they said, or anything?
No, you don't get to choose anything at all. It's a complete crapshoot. Believe me, if I could have chosen, it wouldn't have been that guy.
Well, we
I
have time to think about it as well.
have had visions in the past, and this at least seemed lucid, but it seemed very real.
I want to try.
It's good to know.
This was different. What I mean.
Yeah, no, I understand. I still want to try it.
The ride returns to some semblance of normalcy as the group pushes through the night, back into the daylight hours. After a stretch of rockier terrain that puts your hips to work as you guide the horses through the more level route, It opens up to a field that stretches out before you. The road flanked on either side by knee-high grass, dotted with patches of wild indigo, milkweed, and sunflowers. Here and there a small rustling will be followed by a critter poking its head out or munching on stalks. Prairie dogs, ferrets, occasional pronghorn. It's a pleasant sight to see so much wildlife that you don't feel inclined to tiptoe around or defend yourself against. As with the previous lush surroundings of the Ackley Grove, it seemed that every creature was a potential threat, or at the very least held some kind of special significance to the Grove's inhabitants. Up ahead, you see the first sign that you're really on the cusp of reaching the northern settlements. A fork in the road that splits wide into two directions, and a prominent post that stands tall with wooden arms outstretched like a scarecrow. Two planks pointed to the northwest read Na Upa and Na Kuzi, and the others pointing to the northeast read Na Garwas and Wamparani Na, indicating a sort of split to the western two, what did I call them?
Townships?
Townships, there we go, and the western and easternmost.
Sorry, can you say the northeastern ones one more time?
It's the same on your map. The two western ones are Na Upa and Na Kuzi, and the two eastern ones are Nagarwas and Wamparani Na. Wamparani Na is the docks. The coastal.
Yeah.
You know that the townships of Mikapura are spread out enough that travel between them is hardly a walk down the street. And you can see here that there's an opportunity to take a more direct route to an area that suits your needs best, or maybe perhaps split up the group, rather than establish a base of operations in one spot. So spread out or stay together. Something that's sort of on everybody's mind as you're riding forward, and everyone can see this post as you guys are approaching, and now in the light of the morning here.
Well, Orba. Where do you need to be in Navy Kapura?
West. I know I have to be west.
So do I.
Yeah?
Wait, no.
Ooh, you psyched her out real good.
No, I need east, right? Where the coastal is east.
Yeah.
I need to go east.
You just said west.
I know. I was confused.
Well, we're gonna have to get to both places, aren't we?
Right, but it's almost a day's travel to get from one to the other.
I also need to go east.
We might have to split up.
What? No, that's not a good idea. What do you mean split up? That's not a good idea.
As long as we stay in two groups.
No, not as long as we stay in two groups, because we know that we're stronger at least fighting against enemies together. If we get split up, then we're much, much more vulnerable.
That is true.
It will take longer to accomplish what we want to, but we're going to be much safer doing it. And if we're a day's ride away, if we split up and you're a day away from us, there's no way. You could get killed, we won't even know. It's not like it's going to be easy to send a signal. It's not like we can come running and get there in a matter of moments. It would take us a day.
Yeah, it's not 24 hours, but like a day's travel. So it would take like 8 hours of riding to get all the way from west to the coast. Or to the coast, yeah.
That all makes sense, but we have our missions to accomplish.
You're not going to accomplish anything if you're dead.
I'm very capable.
Beezaura, I think you were very capable. I don't know if you're very capable on your own entirely.
We both need to go east. I know you don't want to do any more waiting.
Well, I was going to say, aren't we supposed to be arriving in time to rest? We could find an inn at the midway point, and then that way we don't have to be separated for too long, or we have a place where we all know we can go so we can see each other.
If there's a place in the middle, then that would be a compromise, yeah.
Are there inns, or are there places you can rent a house for?
Rent a room, certainly.
Of
course.
A house.
The center two, correct me if I'm wrong.
Vacation.
The center two townships are the smaller of the four.
Okay.
Yes, there may be lodging there, but you need to go to the westernmost.
Yeah, but
and I need the easternmost.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Is as soon as we reach Navikapur, it's going to be time to rest. So what if we just get to a part where we can rest, and then in the morning?
Isn't that just wasting time?
I'm not sure if I'm going to be ready or welcome at a late hour. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I have to take a bath.
We're gonna have to be
Alright.
somewhat patient with this.
Well, Eastern or Western Central?
We have to pick a direction.
We could do it Eastern Central. I don't want to split up.
I don't think it's a good idea right now.
All right.
Not until we're in a city. I mean,
Fine.
a proper city.
Sustain.
Head for the inland Eastern.
So the
Township.
Navika Middle West,
Yes.
not Gawas.
Navika Middle East, but
Middle
yes,
Middle
that
East,
is.
sorry, Middle East, yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Fine.
Fine.
So just so I'm understanding this, like each of these is kind of like right next to each other, basically.
Yeah, there's little gaps between them, between these townships.
And
Yeah.
just sort of running along that river.
Yeah, the river goes all the way east-west. Yeah.
As long as that's okay with you, Orba.
I'd rather compromise on this than say goodbye now.
All right.
I don't want to say goodbye at all, but yeah.
Taking the eastern route.
Yeah.
All decides veer off to the east. You ride further. Light turns to twilight. Squeaks and bleats turn to hoots of owls. The plant life increases tenfold in abundance. The closer you get to the area around the Navika River, the more alive and vibrant your surroundings seem, even in the early evening hours. It feels odd to approach a settlement that doesn't have a proper exterior wall of any kind, and for that reason you come up on it rather suddenly. Dwellings pop up built into the hillside, nestled into rocky nooks or oddly shaped to fit between outcroppings to capitalize on any flat ground. It's a community built to its environment rather than sort of being raised and shaped to provide an organized city square. It's nothing like Tuktu, Mukmu, or Urinchupa, where you could look down a row of houses and sort of follow the house numbers to easily find an address. And even though in some places the buildings are tightly packed together, they're never fitted to any kind of grid or orderly design. It's a reflection of Navikapur's history. Clusters of small communities not affiliated with each other that kept expanding over time until they butted up against each other, eventually becoming reliant on the trade and exchange between the colonies to the point where they accepted as kind of designation as the official Navikapura, city of Navikapura. As you pass by homes with wildly varying aesthetics, you think about all that you've heard on the Northerners to this point. Their struggle with the prospective landowners, the movement of travelers to this area as it grows in prosperity, and the eclectic mix of its inhabitants that represent the important next steps in the journeys of Beezaura, Graven, Safira, Erland, and perhaps most notably Orba, who after long last can answer her critical question from weeks prior about how long it would take to get here. Well, at this point, no time at all. Welcome to Navikapura. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Entering into the northern settlement of Navikapura, we have finally arrived, after long last,
Wow.
to the wonderful northern colonies of Navikapura. Congratulations to everybody
Oh my goodness.
on your excursion to the
Took you
north.
69 episodes.
69 episodes to get to
Navikapura. That's
Navikapura.
69.
Oh my god.
I didn't
Oh
roll
my
once.
god. That might have been for the better, quite honestly. What did you want to split up all right away?
Business
don't
is
like
taking
So I was like, I got shit to do.
Y'all are gonna be y'all
Like-
are gonna die in a hurry on your way. You're gonna run.
We're like we're the strongest people here.
Yeah, you're the strongest people there until you go
Sorry.
down. You guys just both went down in the last fight. Y'all are
No, I
talking
did not.
like you're
Also, wait. Graven
I'm sorry,
was like,
I went
you
down
guys
once
know
for
it?
like
Okay,
5
that- fuck
seconds.
You guys think your dicks are bigger than they are.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Good
It's a full-on city. We're not gonna get jumped.
Full of evil doings.
I don't know.
Well
guys.
I
done.
might make a
Everybody.
stupid decision or two.
Stay together.
Can't protect myself from that.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh man.
goodness.
I got
Well
the
done,
money, he's
everybody.
got the height. We're a team.
We're huffing mushrooms over here.
I can do a thing.
Where's Chase at getting
I'm
embarrassed?
so mad that you got like a thing out of this. If
because the power was within him
That's
still.
within me all along. That doesn't count as like a
Yeah, I'm like, I wonder
like
who would show up if I huffed the flower.
a hit dice for
Nope,
okay.
it did not.
Dad on the barn.
The power was within.
There is one last piece of business
Oh,
to
yes.
address before we sign off for tonight, which is that a bit of sad news, but also
sort of reinvigorating news. Tabletop Notch is going to be taking a temporary hiatus for a short time. It's something we've given a lot of thought to. We've been sort of plagued by some technical issues that haven't allowed us to kind of put out our best content and feel good about it, constantly having to worry about the health of the stream, things of that nature. Also, just some other things out of our control. There's obviously a lot going on right now, and there's a lot on people's minds, and we want to come back sort of refreshed and ready with this sort of next big chapter of the story to unfold. We want to make sure everybody's heads are in it, we're ready to go, we're focused, and it's difficult right now for everybody. It's hard to sort of come in and clear your mind in a way that, normally D&D provides this sort of great sort of step outside of what you're doing normally. So we are absolutely coming back. This is not the end of Tabletop Notch in any capacity whatsoever, but when we come back, we want to do so in a way that, everybody's ready and set to go and feeling good about it and feeling safe in this environment. So our best guess, we do not have an exact date, is something like a little bit over a month from now. Month and 2 weeks-ish. That is our current plan. We will absolutely be providing more detailed updates as we become more certain. Keep an eye out. Jordan's always, posting anytime we have an update on social media of any kind. We're so thrilled to have you guys here. I can't extend a deeper or heartfelt thank you to all of the people that watch, especially the regular ones who have kind of stuck through all of this garbage with us. I mean, truly, we understand that it's hard to follow along with some of the hiccups. We've had breaks, weeks, we've had, time off, we've had technical problems, and we can't possibly thank you enough, and we're thrilled to continue to tell the story. And I know that the cast loves to read the chat and, theorize and joke around, whether it's, Mike and Mysteries or just making fun of natural one rolls, which there's never a shortage of on Tabletop Notch. So seriously, thank you guys so much, and we will be back, and it will be better than ever, and we will start the next phase of the journey of Navikapura. It'll give us plenty of time to think about when we're splitting up with each other. And,
I'm sorry, it's just strategic.
We're just worried about you guys.
Strategic.
And all of the things that are going on in Navikapura. There's so many sort of threads to follow and things to find out. Sort of big plot points in a lot of people's stories that we'll come to realize.
Some really big
It's time to get caught up on episodes that people missed.
Yes.
Rewatch.
If you are
That's
new
really
and want
what
to
we're
check some
gonna be
stuff out,
doing.
please do. There's great, Too Long Didn't Watch recaps that Jordan does if you don't want to watch the whole episodes, but I highly recommend, some of the episodes, especially the ones leading up to here. There's some great episodes leading, on the way from Tuktoon to Navikapura. Some great episodes in there.
And Matt, we did even have it in the chat. Level 5
Level
when
5.
we're done.
To be determined.
Nice fucking try.
What level are we right now?
Level 4.
Oh, yeah!
Remember at
Level
level 5,
3.
you don't become a cleric anymore.
No,
Well, you can't
I
gain
can't
cleric.
go past.
The people have spoken.
So thank you all so much. We're signing off for the night and for a little while, a little hiatus from Tabletop Notch, but we will be back, and we can't wait to see you guys on the other side.
Yeah.
So thank you. Have a good night, and we'll see you then.
See you soon.
Stay tuned for updates.
Yes.
Bye.
Wonderful night.
Bye.
Thank you.